my lines, check the spreads. When the distance, now we're dropping these locks. Just the boys in the will to cash big. So many times, it happens too fast. You trade your bankroll for glory. Don't lose your grip on the almanac pass. You must bet just to keep it alive. So the pick is in it, it's the thrill of the line. Dialing up to the challenge of the books, and the last known survivor stalks his edge in the night. And he's watching us all. The pick is in. Face to face, out on the air, hanging tough, staying sharp. They stack the odds, still we take to the square for the win with the skill to survive. The pick is in, it's the thrill of the line. Dialing up to the challenge of the books, and the last known survivor stalks his edge in the night. And he's watching us all. The pick is in. The pick is in. Rising up, straight to the top, had the guts, got the units. When the distance, now we're not gonna stop. Just the boys and the will to survive. It's pick is in, pick is in, pick is in, pick is in. The pick is in, it's the thrill of the line. Rising up to the challenge of our rival, and the fix might be in, but we're calling it right. Heywood's almanac, Jonah, Snoopy, the fight is the fix in. Is it all predetermined? Back to the future, future's looking certain. Tune in weekly for the picks and the laughs. Sports betting expert dropping knowledge on the path. The pick is in. The pick is in. The pick is in.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Happy Thursday night. The pick is here for NBA. Our new night coming at you live on Twitter, Facebook, and all our platforms. We have an absolutely loaded show for you tonight. I want to bring in my new co-host here, taking over from my great man, Jonah. He's been a long time best friend of mine. He hosts the Here's the Thing podcast. My brother from another, the great Snoop Von Pooh.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, Snoop? How
What?
you doing,
Hold
brother?
on, dude. I don't get no fucking applause when I come on the scene. Hold on. Thank you, everybody.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Oof, man, it's a rough one for me, boy. I'm drinking Jim Beam.
Oh, come alive, man. Oh, yeah. Well, that's what you get for streaming all day, brother. Right?
Boy.
How are you? And excited for the show, brother.
Yeah. Oh, we'll see. I'm on the fence. Why am I here, man?
Love you too, Snoop. Love you too.
All
Snoop.
right. Enough of this mushy shit.
Show all the people where they can find your work and our work.
Oh, you mean this place called Substack? Is this what you refer to? Yes.
Yes.
Let's make it full screen. Yes, we have the phone booth podcast.substack.com. You can find, I don't even know how many podcasts there is on here now, but get this. The subscription is free. It's free to subscribe. You get access to all these different podcasts. We got the Phone Booth podcast, the Philosopher King podcast, the Dualistic podcast, the Here's the Thing podcast, the Pick is In podcast, Mind of Madness podcast. We got Fasting Fake, whatever that means. Nobody really knows. Detoxing the Matrix with Allie. Fantastic. Great information on that one. You're not going to want to miss that one. And then we got the Translucid podcast with Laz. There's a merch store, so you can check out all kinds of t-shirts and threads. There's coffee mugs. just all kinds of stuff going on over at the phone booth podcast.substack.com. And get this, it's free to subscribe, but you know what? You can also pay $5 a month, and it gives you access to tons of bonus content. All of these podcasts, those 9, 10 podcasts, however many there is, we're all putting out bonus content that's available exclusively to the paid subscribers. So check it out. It's just really a fantastic place, and it's a good site for us, to have all of these websites being hosted, and it's great. I mean, dude, your Netflix is triple the price, so what are you doing?
Drop your Netflix, folks. Find all your information on there. Substack, great place. Shout out to the phone booth fam. Where else can they find The Pick Is In, Snoop?
Right here on X, baby.
That's
We're on X. We're on YouTube. We're on Rumble. We're everywhere, man.
All right. Should we show the folks at home our YouTube, or just put the name up?
Well, if you'd have told me to have that ready, I would have. So just go to YouTube, type in The Pick Is In, you'll find it.
Show us some love out there at the Pick Is In podcast on YouTube. Go give us a subscribe. Mean the world. All it is a simple button. No money. Just subscribe. Help out the guys. That'd be great. That'd be great, man.
Help out the guys.
Yeah, man. That deserves an applause. Phone booth and YouTube. So we got an absolute loaded show for our first NBA show of the season. Thursday nights is going to be our home going forward, so you can check us out here every Thursday night. We have, we're going to go over some news. We're going to go over some live betting. We have the great Nick Wilcox of Fantrax stopping by at around 6:30 Mountain Standard Time, 8:30 Eastern Time to check out all your waiver wire and NBA fantasy talks. He's going to be dialing in some nuggets, giving you guys some buy low, sell high, some waivers. So we're going to talk some ball with him around 6:50, 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. We're going to have the great Carter from Odds On Podcast come on and talk about NBA strategies, tanking NBA. He is a great live bettor. He's my brother. He's got a great mind for it. So interesting little tidbits he's going to give you guys. And then we have the great Doug Franz coming on the show. We recorded with him Tuesday. For all you folks that are tuning in and a supporter for Doug Franz and the Unplugged Army, with our timing, we couldn't really put it at the beginning of the show, even though I really wanted to with people's schedules. So for you folks at home watching, it's going to be towards the end of the show is when we're going to show that recording. So Snoop, we got a loaded show, man. What do you think?
We sure do. And I'm sure glad that Carter's alive better, because it'd be really weird if he wasn't alive. Whoa.
Totally. So we got about 5 games on right now. So what we're going to do when they all hit halftime is we're going to pull up FanDuel, and I'm going to build a live bet for you guys. Not all of them are at halftime yet. 2 of them are. So, maybe if we want to bring up some news, Snoop, you got something you want to show the folks at home? Maybe we could talk about a little bit of the NBA news that's in the out and about in the land.
Well, I mean, let's go over this. We're just coming out of the All-Star break, and let's talk about the All-Star game, and then we'll get into the news that happened during this All-Star break. Did you watch any of the All-Star festivities?
Honestly, I watched about 10 minutes of the Sunday. Saturday, it was on way too early. I didn't even know the 3-point contest was starting at 3 o'clock my time. The slam dunk contest, from what I saw on the highlights, I didn't watch it, was weak as heck with a bunch of no names. 3-point contest was pretty entertaining, but the games, Sunday, not really intriguing in my opinion.
Is it me, or is All-Star Weekend just kind of gone downhill? I mean, you watched 10 minutes of it. That's 11 more than I watched. And I just have no interest in it. And I'm not trying to hate. I'm not, trying to, be negative. But, man, it's just like, I was a ball boy for the Phoenix Suns. And I worked All-Star Weekend 1995 when it was in Phoenix. And I'll tell you what, that was one of the best weekends of my life. It was just amazing to see all of the festivities going on around it. Just, all the excitement around it. And it was real special for me because although I am a Phoenix Suns fan, the Miami Heat are a very dear team to me as well. And in 1995, my favorite player of all time, Glenn Rice, and Harold Miner from the Miami Heat won the 3-point and the dunk contest. And it was really special for me to be a part of that. And I got to guard the trophies during the contest. While they were winning the contest, I was guarding their trophies, talking to George Gervin the whole time, talking about doing the finger roll, you know?
Was that 1995, I believe, Snoop?
Yes, from
Yeah,
the
yeah.
1900s, yes.
Yeah, man, that's freaking awesome. That's crazy that both Heat players won the events. That's awesome. It's All-Star Saturday Night used to mean something. Like, I remember scratching plans to watch it when I was a kid. Like, it just meant more. It felt more like a spectacle. Now it doesn't, and it's been like
Right.
that for a while. It totally has, and now the last 5 to 10 years, the All-Star game hasn't been very competitive. They're not playing hard. I'm not gonna lie, the 10 minutes I watched, they're playing pretty hard. So it was
Well,
good to see, but
I'll be honest about something. I don't want them to play hard because God forbid, someone gets hurt in the All-Star game and misses the rest of the season in the playoffs because they got hurt in a meaningless game. It's kind of like that NBA Cup, this new thing they're doing. It's just an extra game that's meaningless. And somebody could very easily get hurt and messes up the whole team. And what else was really exciting back in the day with All-Star Weekend was they had the rookie game. That was a fun game to watch. The rookies going against one another. It's just what it's become is not fun anymore. And I understand the NBA has to adapt and grow and change. And continually make itself better, but man, it's really just it's just not even entertaining anymore.
right. Well, I mean, I didn't like the Emirates Cup, when it first started, but I'm not gonna lie, it adds more flair. It is entertaining. They play harder. It's all about like total points. So one thing I kind of like what Doug's mentioned in our interview is that you'd be up by 20 shooting threes. Like it's all about points, and you don't see good players getting benched. And one of the big topics of today is the team's tanking, which is one of the big news makers that we're going to hit on. But I want to hit that with Carter in the second hour. So we'll talk definitely about that.
Yeah, I
But
definitely got something to say about that.
yeah,
But so the other big news that really kind of, in my opinion, overshadowed all of the All-Star festivities was the Kevin Durant stuff. Have you heard about this?
yeah, you brought it to my attention yesterday. Crazy.
So I'm going to pull up, and so supposedly what's going on is Kevin Durant has a burner account, and it goes by the name, what the hell is it? Get Off My Dickerson. Okay. And so he's been tweeting and he's talking trash about players and whatnot. I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to make it full screen. And I want to send a shout out to Brick Center. Brick Center is a fantastic page to follow. If you don't follow him, go ahead, follow at Brick Center. He's always posting good content. And so I just wanted to give him a special shout out. But let's read some of these tweets here. So supposedly this is Kevin Durant saying this. Coach called that play to pass to Alpi. LOL. I'm going to turn the ball over with this shitty ass team. I don't give a fuck. Your
Wow.
franchise player can't shoot or defend. That's way bigger issue than my turnovers. Remember, these guys are your future. Then it says the Rockets fans are hurt and starting. I can't trust Jabari to make a fucking shot or get a stop. And whoever he's talking to says, just don't give him a tech free throw, to be honest. And then Kevin says he's low-key retarded.
Jeez. Wow. This
and
is
then
actually him messaging this, right?
Yeah, and this is in direct message with someone. This is not like he posted this on X, but this is supposedly his burner account talking to people. And then he says, all this because Book returned. 2 dictators, Stalin and Hitler, Mussolini and Kim Jong-un.
Wow.
The Suns are my team when we lose and Book's team when we win.
Wow.
I
Wow.
mean, I really gotta laugh to stop from crying. I swear Ben Simmons, at least that nigga would have given me the ball.
Wow. Wow.
So, I mean, everybody knows if you are on Twitter, you know about Kevin Durant and his posting. I mean, he's posting all the time. He gets fired up. If somebody talks shit to him, he gets fired up and responds. It's kind of cool. You can be talking trash with arguably one of the greatest players in the history of the NBA. But
Crazy. I got a little video I would like to show, Snoop. It's the same thing.
yeah.
Kevin Durant was asked about this after practice yesterday. Let me know when I'm good to go, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna pull it up for you. Go ahead.
All right. There we go.
Welcome back.
Go ahead, guys. Any questions?
Kevin, there was allegations over the All-Star that you used a burner account to encourage current and former teammates. The handle for the burner was @GetHigher77. Is that your account? Did you send the messages to that?
I know you got to ask these questions, but I'm not here to get into Twitter nonsense. I'm just here to focus on the season, keep it pushing. But I know I get you have to answer those questions.
About it all with your teammates?
My teammates know what it is. We've been locked in the whole season. We've enjoyed our break. Had a great practice today. Looking forward to this road trip.
So boom. Shout out to Ted Theodore Logan.
What's up, Ted?
Hey, you know what? Anybody that watches the Here's the Thing podcast, you're not going to want to miss an episode coming up. I have Ted and Bill in the same episode.
Ooh.
I can't wait for this one.
Ooh.
What do we got? About 2.5 more weeks before that gets launched out to the public. So that's going to be exciting. What up, Ted?
What up, Ted? Snoop, you have a game cast for the folks. I think it's time to do some live betting since we're all at halftime. We only got a few minutes for that window.
Let's do it.
All right, so we got games going on. So, in a nutshell, I'm gonna show.
This is me in a nutshell.
Yes. So, let's see. Can you? All right, let's pull up FanDuel for the folks.
Okay.
We're gonna build a live bet and show all the people what we can do. So we got the game cast up on there. Can we do? Are you able to split the screen with both of them at all, or no? If not, it's okay. This will work. If not, it's okay. Sorry, just to show the folks maybe a little bit bigger of the screen for the stats, but.
Just go over the FanDuel first, and then we'll get back to the game cast.
All right, folks. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm not going to put crazy odds on building a parlay. So I got money loaded in my FanDuel. FanDuel is the preferred account for live betting. Now we also have some boosts. Take advantage of all your boosts. That's going to help juice the payout. So 53-52 right now. Looks like a play is under review, but pretty much halftime. So competitive games is very important, folks. Competitive games. So I'm going to start off. Kevin Durant's got 16 points right now. So let's see where he's at. We're going to lay a bunch of legs together and see if we can actually put something together for him. So it's a competitive game. He's at 16 points. He is 6 for 9 for shooting. So I'm going to put him down for 25 as my first leg. That's what I'm put down. So Jabari Smith's got 10 points right now. That's ironic that he's mentioning him. I'm going to put him for one basket, just one basket, easy peasy. So we're going to combine that leg as well. And then I'm going to jump over to the Charlotte side. LaMelo Ball has got 7 points. Let's see what his odds are for 15 real quick. 15 is minus 310. Let's see his shooting. He is 3 for 7. He's made 1 or 2 points. Let's see here. Let's put him down for 15 as well. So 15 points is going to be laid down for LaMelo Ball. Their rookie, their 3-point shooter, Knoble, he has 9 points. So let's see if he's available for just one basket with 2. Let's see here. He is not an option on here, which is okay. I'm going to go over to his 3-pointers. He's known for that. He's got 3-point field goals. So let's see where he's at for 4. Excuse me. He's got 1. My bad. I misread that. Excuse me. So for 2, he's minus 360. So I got 4 legs built on this. It's at plus 114, and we got 3 rewards. So let's see if any other competitive games going on. So Wizards, Pacers. It's kind of close. I'm gonna stay away. Sixers, Hawks. Let's go to that game. So Sixers, Hawks. If you want to pull that up on the screen, that'd be great. And I'll go back as well and go to the Sixers, Hawks. All right, we'll go down, click on this game here, and then all right. So I nickname him Nah, Alexander Walker. He has 9 points. So let's see. Is he an option for 10? Just one basket? No, he is not. But Dyson Daniels is. Dyson's been playing pretty good. I'm going to put him down for 1 basket as well. All right. So going through the other stats, CJ McCollum right now has got 12. Let's see what he's got for 15. It's minus 800. Now, individually, these odds are not great, folks. That's why I'm combining them. So I'm going to put him down as well for 15 points. Over to the Philly side. Let's see where we're at here. Maxi's at 14. Oubre's at 7. Grimes is at 10. Grimes has been on one. He's playing pretty darn well. So let's go back to this game here. See if I can scroll down here. Like I said, folks, don't forget to use your boost. That is very important. Let's see what Maxi's at for 20. I like Maxi for 20. It's minus 4,500, which ain't great at all, but we're going to add that to it too. So we got a 7 leg right here. I'm going to go to my boost. I have a 50% and a 25%. So it's kind of juiced. I'm going to save this 50% for possibly later on. So let's go and click on that. We're going to do a 0.25 bands. That's $25. That wins 55.43. So we're going to add that. As you can see on my screen here, it's all set up and built. The odds went up to plus 221, which is pretty darn good. It's actually pretty high for me. I like the lower odds because I'm very safe, but I like this bet on place. So we're going to go ahead and place this bet right here. All right. It's locked in stone. And so that is 1 bet. So I'm going to go ahead and post it to the show as well right now so you guys can jump on it and tail. So Snoop, we can close that one if you want. That's great. Perfect. So we'll have the game cast up so you guys keep get an idea what the games are going on. We can't show games on the screen and get flagged. But basically, in a nutshell, one of my good things that I do is live betting. I've been hitting a lot of these, especially with NBA the last weeks. So I'm going to be a little bit more cautious than normal because we are in silly season, which means teams tanking, not playing their starters. So I want to pick on competitive games. I want to pick on studs mostly. And don't be afraid to put them for a low amount. If it's only 1 basket. If you get enough legs going on there, you're going to see money in action. So thank you, Snoop. All right.
I love money and I love action.
Awesome.
Should we talk about one more news topic real quick before we get too far into this? I want to talk. Did you see Michael Jordan touching the kids?
I saw that. Whatever.
Yeah. So I want to just show this real quick here. So
it's kind of weird.
Here's the incident right here that just happened at the NASCAR. I guess Jordan's got a NASCAR team. And so there you see him touching the kid there. Supposedly, what happened there is they dumped ice on the kid. So the kid had ice in his, in his shirt. So Jordan was like, trying to help him out there. But I went through and found some old footage. And tell me what you think about this. Maybe there is something onto this Jordan touching kids stuff.
I dream I move. I dream I move. I dream I move.
So I don't know what's going on with Mr. Jordan, but
as a vintage commercial, by the way, as a vintage commercial, I was old school. I got a couple things of news that we could touch base on. Thank you for bringing that up, Snoop. Let me see here. Let me get the right one. All right, let's go share tab. Okay. Okay, Snoop.
Okay.
We got, let's see. I got something shared. I would like to pull up a couple news articles before we get to our first guest.
What do we need to know about Pickens?
Okay.
We need to know that the Dallas Cowboys are going to.
Oh man. Which one are we doing here? This one. All right.
Phoenix Suns won.
Let's just go ahead and blow it up full screen. Go ahead.
Sure. All right, so this touch bases for us, Snoop. We got 3 of our favorites going in to Hall of Fame. They were nominated for finalists. So Kevin Johnson, Amari Stoudemire, and Mike D'Antoni have been nominated for finalists for the 2026 Hall of Fame class. That really touches my heart. To be honest with you, KJ was one of my favorite players. I loved Amari. D'Antoni was special for us. But 3 guys in our son's X history that's being nominated, which is awesome. The architect of 7 seconds or less is Mike D'Antoni. He kind of created this fast pace, shoot 'em style as far as shooting, run and gun, as far as what's going on in the NBA. Under his guidance, the Suns posted an impressive 253 and 136 record, 65%, delivering a 62-20 masterpiece in 2005. It became the most feared offense in the league. Coach of the Year, the same style. He installed a style built on pace, spacing, creativity, pushing Steve Nash to MVPs and Amari Stoudemire to the peak of his powers. His time in Phoenix didn't just shape the franchise, it reshaped the NBA, which I totally agree. So shout out to Bright Side of the Suns on this. This is a good follow for all you Suns fans out there. In 2002, Amari Stoudemire won Rookie of the Year, 13.5 points, 8.8 rebounds. The guy was a beast, even before his surgery. What do you have? Microfracture surgery. But he averaged 37 points a game against the Spurs in that 2004-2005 series. So 6 All-Star selections, 5 All-NBA first, 5 All-NBA first and second teams, and top 5 MVP finishes. He had 15 of them. Holy crap. I did not know that. Wow. I did not know that. Holy moly. And scrolling down, Kevin Johnson, when he retired, he was arguably one of the best point guards ever. I think he was 5th all-time in assists per game when he retired. That has been surpassed, obviously. I think that was years ago. So he averaged nearly 18 points, 9 assists for his career. He had 3 seasons of 20 and 10. The guy was arguably one of the most explosive first steps I've ever seen. He's had plenty of dunks, the Hakeem Olajuwon, the Mark Eaton, the John Hot Rod Williams. He had plenty of exciting plays on dunks. 1989 Most Improved Player Award. And he brought the Suns back to the finals in that historic 1993 run. His partnership with Charles Barkley became iconic, carried the franchise in the 90s, and laying the foundation going forward. So that's it for that one, Snoop.
I don't know what is going on with my camera, but it's kind of tweaking out there. So
No problem.
bear with me. But can you hear me all right, though?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All
I can
right.
hear you.
All right.
That's what do you think of those guys being nominated? That touches bases with us.
Well, I mean, do all of them get in right away?
KJ should automatically. He should already be in the Hall of Fame. I don't think Amari. I think he's on that line. I think D'Antoni should be for what he created. The type of offense, and he was like the originator of quick, fast 3-point shooting, what the NBA's doing now.
Yeah. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to see if I can refresh my camera without messing up this whole stream.
No problem. Nope. We lost Snoop. Snoop will be back. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in at home. This is what you get when you stream. Sometimes technical difficulties. It happens. It's part of podcasting. It's how it goes. For everybody out there, if you could like and repost the show, that would be phenomenal. That would mean the world to us. That'd be great. Snoop's back. What up, bro?
What up, brah? I'm not back. My camera is freaking out right now. I don't know what's going on, but maybe as long as you can hear me, we'll be all right.
It's moving slowly. I can hear you.
But go on, and we'll just have to deal with it. We'll
work through it. Another piece of news, if you want to pull it for the folks at home, Snoop, if we could, I got the one shared there. So small piece of information here. So the NBA Board of Governors is expecting to vote on adding 2 NBA expansion teams this summer with Las Vegas and Seattle as the favorites. other cities that have been listed as well as Pittsburgh, Kansas City, San Diego, Mexico City, and Kentucky. So it looks like we'll be getting teams in Vegas and Seattle soon. Well deserved, by the way. I think those towns definitely should get one. So that's it for that one, Snoop. Your city, brother. Get an NBA hopefully next year.
Possibly. I think, Vegas has the best chance of anybody. I would love to see Seattle get a team again because, the Sonics was always a fun team. There's a lot of good series against the Suns and whatnot. And
Yeah.
I would love to see them back in the NBA.
Yes, 100%. Seattle was always a great atmosphere. Every time you watch on TV, they're loud, cheering. The Key Arena back in the day. That city backs their franchises. It was kind of sad to see them leave to OKC, but good for them. Good for them.
For sure.
Vegas, that'd be cool to see a Suns game at T-Mobile. That'd be really cool.
Right.
So real quick, before we get our guest to come on, he should be coming on any minute now. Snoop, I got one more I would like to show if I can. Let me see. It won't let me share it. What the heck? Why won't it let me share it? That's weird.
Well, you got to hit the share screen button, buddy.
Hold on one second. Why did it do that? That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, if it's EV Mux or what, because everything should be fine, but it's weird how my camera all of a sudden is not working.
Okay, there we go. So we're going to pull up this right here. Let me go to it. So on October 22nd, I made this post for futures. I put 3 futures bets and gave them out to the people. One being the Suns win total, Heat win total, and the Nuggets being NBA champions. So I just want to play a little bit of it, not the whole thing, just about our Suns. So I'm going to blow it up full screen. We good to go, Snoop?
Yeah, you might want to rewind it to the beginning.
No, this is the part I want to go to.
Okay,
perfect. Number 1, I'm going to be starting off with my Phoenix Suns. Their win total is at 30.5 on FanDuel. Most books have it as at 31.5 or 30.5. FanDuel has this at minus 112. Smash the over. Smash it. Nationally, we're not getting a lot of respect. I absolutely loved what my team did this offseason as far as the draft and free agency. I give it an 8 out of 10. I would give it a 10 out of 10 if they addressed the point guard floor general position. But hey, I'll take it. We're deeper. We're longer. Yes, no KD. No Beal. How are they going to be better, Heywood? Easy. Chemistry. Camaraderie. Togetherness. This team has it. They're deeper. They're longer. Smash the win total. As a matter of fact, I'll even go as far as to say they're going to have more wins than last year. Last year, they had 36 wins. I could see them getting more than that, but smash the over at 30.5 on FanDuel. It's at minus 112. All right. Perfect. So we smashed on that. So I'm going to share another screen and let's go ahead and pull up their records. Great. So that was one bet that already smashed. So let's go ahead and pull up the records here. So the Suns are at 32-23. So easily got that. Cha-ching. That's the money. And we'll scroll up to your Heat here, Snoop. 29-27. So looking pretty good on that. So I believe we got 28 games left in the season. And the Nuggets are 35-20 right now. So I still believe in them. So I'm going to go to our next screen, Snoop. And I'm going to build a futures bet based off what we just saw. So we'll go ahead and put that up here. We're going to go over, let me go back to home. We're going to go to NBA. Let's see, let's go to more NBA here. All right, we're going to go to futures. Let's go conference. Okay, conference winners. So I'm going to put together a bet right now live on FanDuel just for you folks. And I've been pretty darn successful on futures. So I'm going to lay this down. The Knicks is my team in the East as of right now. They are my team. I worry a little bit. I worry about this team right here, Cleveland. We're getting Harden. But the Knicks last year were literally a fluke Halliburton shot away from making the finals. And I believe it's their time this year. The window's open. Boston's not all the way healthy yet, but we all know Tatum's coming back. I don't think they're going to make a run. It's going to take Tatum some time. So I love Detroit as well. So I'm going to put the New York Knicks on one of them. So we're going to do that. And then down here in the Western Conference, yeah, OKC is definitely the favorite. They're going to be a tough team to beat, but I'm still holding true to my word. So I'm going to put the Denver Nuggets on there as well. So my two leg is 1973 right now. So we got a couple boost over here. So let's go and click on these. So I got a futures boost right here. Let's use that. So let's apply that to that. So the odds went up to 24.67. So I'm going to low amount. Let's go 5 bands. I'm going to place that. We're going to rock that. I'm going to link it to the show. So all you people at home, go ahead and ride that. I've been pretty darn good and successful on my futures. So that's it for that one. All right, let's go. Cool. Oh, looks like we have our guest here. All right.
Let's bring him up.
All right, the one and only from Fantrax, my boy from another mother, Nick Wilcox. What up, Nick?
What up, Nick?
What's happening, fellas? Happy Thursday.
He gets an applause, Snoop.
Good to be here. Good to be here.
What up, my man? Cheers, my brother. I know you got the water, but we know how we do it.
Water?
Yep. I saved my liver for next week.
Well, welcome
All
to
right.
the
Well, what's going on next week?
My birthday's next week.
Ah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Happy birthday. If I don't talk to you next week, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Easy. Not yeah.
And just so you know, Nick, I don't know what the hell's going on with my camera right now. It's being crazy.
Okay.
So it's just kind of we're dealing with it.
No biggie.
the beauties of going live.
No biggie at all. No biggie.
What's up, Nick? Welcome to the show. Our NBA debut show for the Pick is In. We're going to do Thursday nights, so I am very grateful for you being here. How are you?
Hey, man. Another day living, man. Another day we're grateful for another one, right? So
There you go.
that's how I'm feeling. Shoot. Unfortunately, the NBA is back because sometimes the NBA, sometimes it's silly season right now for everybody out here. So just be careful. That's what I'm going to tell you.
Yes. Very cautious going forward.
Anything. Literally.
Very cautious. Yes. Well, welcome to the show. I'm glad you made it. For all you people at home, go follow Nick_Wilcox25. He does great work over at Fantrax. He drops a article every week for your waiver wires for y'all playing NBA fantasy. Sell buy lows, sell highs, all that good stuff. The guy's got a great mind. Go give him a follow. He's got great work. So I want to show people at home where they can find you on YouTube. Nick, give you a plug. Snoop, I got that plugged in there. If you want to go ahead and blow it on up, that'd be great.
That'd be great if you just shared the screen. I could.
No, well, let me do it. First time doing this stuff. So I got your YouTube page up there. Nick, tell the folks at home all about your show, my man.
Oh, man, the fantasy football show. Me and my guy Johnny. This is the off season right now, so we'll be taking probably like a month off, whatever.
Yeah. Hey, where is Johnny Man? He's too good to come on the Pick is In. What's going on?
Oh yeah, he definitely is. No kidding.
Wow.
He definitely no. Johnny's taking care of business. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, shout out to Johnny, of course. But yeah, shout out to us, the Fantasy Football Show. We'll be talking about the NFL draft soon enough. I'll actually be in Indianapolis next week. At the combine, so seeing some things, hopefully getting some early access to some guys that that'll be able to showcase themselves. So looking forward to that. But then again, we'll be rocking and rolling soon enough next couple of weeks. Until then, like Heywood said, I'm over at Fantrax dropping the deep waiver wire fantasy basketball articles over there. Obviously, it's still silly season right now, like I've said. This is every year around this time for NBA, especially in fantasy and stuff like that. Like, couple of things you need to be watchful for. The injury reports every day, because honestly, like the healthiest guys will get scratches. The NBA is talking about like the overall anti-tanking policies and what the ideas are for that. And I like that because look, it's something where you got to have something like that in place, especially when people are putting their betting dollars on the table for some of these like games, especially down the stretch. So I'm interested to see what the NBA comes up with because this is long overdue. This tanking stuff been going on for the last like 15 years at least. for this, like, of the modern era of basketball. So it's like, you didn't really have an era of basketball where like teams were like new and showing you right in their face that they were tanking, so it's just something where it's frowned upon. And similar to the All-Star game, it's like, we can't keep this, stuff going. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, like Heywood said, I mean, I got a couple guys from the waiver wire that I posted, so some situations to monitor. I got some buy lows, and I also got some sell highs for players that when your trade deadline's coming up. So there's players that I want to bring up to the people about. But I think the situations I'm looking at is the Indiana Pacers, the Washington Wizards. Those are some youth teams that they're going to start using more of their youth pieces down the stretch. And you're also going to be seeing in hindsight guys like Pascal Siakam, for instance, is someone that is a very, very sell high for me right now. Like, if you get something for him outside of a dynasty league, I think that, even in a dynasty league right now, I'd be like, putting him out there, because I think Pascal is like 33 years old. So this is something where like you got to watch this situation with Indiana, because I feel like it's already starting to get there. Also, a team I wanted to add was the Kings. So similar to Washington and similar to the Kings, youth movement had been started. Like, Levine's now out, Sabonis is now out. Like, it's DeMar maybe if he gets this run of minutes constantly. Like, we'll just have to find out and see from a game to game perspective. But again, the youth movement. I'm saying, Clifford, Caldwell, he's out for several weeks. So Ranul comes into play. Like, so just make sure you're on your waiver wire-ish right now. If you were fortunate enough to get some guys during this little short break to pick up some guys that, you could potentially pay off, now is definitely the time to do so. When it comes to, like, these buy low candidates, like, there's someone that, like, I know, like, for instance, for me, like, if there's some way you can, give a great offer for Giannis right now would be the time to do so. Especially if you're in a stretch run of like, okay, maybe
Giannis ain't going anywhere but straight to Miami. That's it.
After the season.
After the season is what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, Milwaukee still will have an opportunity to still somewhat play for a potential play-in. So if that is the case, like, I think Giannis is someone that I know, if that Giannis, I'll be scared if I have Giannis in a way right now. If I have him on like rosters, which I don't. So I'm definitely like, clamoring for him at this moment, because like, if I can get someone of decent status like him for a package of like, guys I'm not in love with, like, you could sell up with like DeMar. Hey, DeMar's gonna have all the run now because he's in Sacramento. Like, there's no Levine, there's no Sabonis, like this. And some other pieces that make sense. I would do something like that for Giannis. Another player for me for like a buy low perspective, and it's somewhat sneaky because he plays for a team that, like, we kind of all know is going to be another one of those teams that they won't play, like, they're someone in the youth movement. And that's Sheldon Sharp of the Trailblazers. Before he was injured, he was averaging 22 points per game, 3 assists, 4.5 rebounds in 30 minutes over his 48 games. So with Sheldon Sharp, for me, he's someone that is a scorer, someone that's also a pretty decent guy on defense. And it's going to vary depending on what league you're in. Like points leagues, I like to play a lot of points leagues, but for category leagues, like, obviously makes a ton of sense for points and rebounds and 3-pointers and stuff like that. So I think Sheldon Sharp, he's someone that shouldn't take so much to get for him, depending on the league that you're in. But I think he's someone that's sneakily on the low that you can get because people are somewhat nervous about Portland. Denny Avia is obviously someone, but I don't think people are going to be like,
Love him. He's a stud.
Many games, so he's going to play as many games, many minutes as possible. Another guy that I had on my list tonight for buy lows, someone I've been in love with all year long, and now he should really get more run and have an opportunity to finish the season out strong. And that's Derek Queen, New Orleans Pelicans. Derek Queen for me is someone that I knew had the tools and skill set to be somewhat massive, and then like he's one of the few rookies that's done a triple double this season. So it's something where if there's any type of like nervousness with someone who has him in your league, like he just makes sense to go out and get. He's someone I want to just keep on watching and watching and watching because like he's gonna get more of this run. And in the same vein, Jeremiah Fears, if he's somewhat still on that waiver wire, I know Fears is someone that he hasn't been like the consistent player, but now is the time to go grab these guys that are rookies and guys that were like somewhat so. So now they're gonna get all the burn and the run. I don't think DeJounte Murray is coming back, and even if he does, like he's gonna get maybe some minutes, maybe.
Yeah,
just
there's news today about him. He practiced once this week, and they're expecting him to be out at least another week. We'll see if he plays. We'll see. Is that a guy even worthy on IR that you would get?
Yeah, I'll put him in my IR spot for Murray because, like, it just in case type scenario. If you're a contender, in your leagues right now, and you're looking to, find a way to break away, that'd be one move that I would, be trying to clamor onto. If you were fortunate enough, Keegan Murray was out there. I'm sure for a lot of people and stuff like that too for the Kings. He was someone I was desperately trying to hold on to if I could in some spots because that's another piece for the Kings that it's just gonna be a mess down there, in general. But I digress. But back to Derek Queen for me is like again someone that is the literal buy low for me because of the stocks. And stocks just means steals blocks. He's one of those few guys that can give you a triple double and also give you some great stocks per game. So that's someone that I would be like prioritizing. Sell highs. Sell highs for me. We Alex Starr. His minutes are going to be concerning. I think down the stretch, just because Washington has nothing to play for. I don't think we'll see Trae Young for another weekish or so. I'm not even sure if we'll see him. It's potential that we may not. But even if we do, it's like Washington's not really. They're playing for next year. But yeah, obviously with Anthony Davis already out, it's like maybe they'll bring Trae Young along. Maybe they'll keep him on a minutes cap for a while, whatever. If you have Trae Young out there, I think he's someone that's a pretty risky like play to go and trade for. But I would potentially still do it just because it's Trae Young, and he's someone that you may still have to give a little bit of value for because of someone that's been holding on to him all year, but he would be somewhat worth the gamble if they're going to start playing him. But again, just for a team that is not Washington, that's we're not expecting them to be playing like guys on the stretch. It's a youth movement down there. So we'll just have to see. Just guys pay attention to those ancillary pieces as well for that roster too. So
totally. I heard they'll be reevaluated next week, Trae Young and Anthony Davis, but I don't buy into that. They're not playing for nothing. So that's one thing you got to worry about. We're in week 17 of the NBA fantasy season. So I'm in the league, so I'm going to lean on you. So appreciate that. We actually cut our deadline shorter this year because to avoid silly season, we shortened the season to avoid it. Because last year you're literally playing guys you never heard of, like literally, never heard of.
That's always the NBA season. It's always
never heard of. And coming from us junkies,
I won a championship a couple years back just based on playing some San Antonio Spurs players down the stretch that got all the minutes. That's kind of how it goes,
So if I can ask, getting to know you, how long you been playing fantasy basketball? How many leagues you in? And how long you been doing articles for Fantrax?
I'm in 3 this year. I've done fantasy basketball somewhat similar to fantasy football. So 2007, 2008. There's a short breakage I took maybe for a couple of years because it's like with fantasy basketball, it's just a little bit harder for like people to constantly pay attention to if you're not really in love with basketball.
Lineups every other day. I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah, which should keep people focused. But you know what I'm saying? But it's like, oh, I got this, and oh, I got that, and oh, my back hurts. Oh, shut up.
Right.
Look,
right. Or the Laurie Marketing. I'm gonna rest. And then an hour later, I'm going to play.
I know, right?
What
you said Nurkic, you know what I'm saying? You go get a triple-double, and all of a sudden you rest the next game. It's like, what the hell?
Totally.
Anyhow, but yeah, I've been playing since about 2007, 2008. Okay. Dynasty I just got into like several years ago because I finally found a decent Dynasty league to be a part of. So I won a championship a couple years back in that league. Like I said, with those San Antonio Spurs players, and that's how that goes. But yeah, I mean, look, when it comes to fantasy basketball, there are a few things I like to pay attention to. You got to pay attention to who's been playing, right? The minutes, that's pretty important. Skill is something that, I will separate, from a dynasty perspective, at least. It's like guys like, from a skill set perspective, okay, can he mold into something? I'm not expecting it this year, but maybe the following year makes some sense. But something where, one of the, defense versus position is obviously, I think matters more in basketball than it does in football. And also pace, of course. You know what I'm saying? So a combination of those two, DVP and pace, makes a ton of sense to pay attention to, because if you get a bad matchup teams and you get a high-paced game, you're more likely going to get some high-scoring opportunities. And with those players in those games, they're going to tend to go off. So that's from a DFS side of things / like season long. For DFS purposes, like we didn't really get a chance to talk about it tonight because lineup's already locked. But something where you got to have at least a value or two piece for your lineups in order for it to really, really go off for fantasy basketball. And these days, everyone's got their optimizers and this. I'm a handmade lineup person still. I like optimizers, but it's just honestly like it's taken over the DFS game a little too much sometimes. But with basketball, you can still find your edges in that in this realm. So that's why I still like playing basketball DFS. But all that in a nutshell, that's just something where just got to pay attention to, the statistics from a night-to-night perspective. You also got to pay attention to rotations, of course. Just basic things. When it comes
telling the people to pay attention to the news more daily because of what's going on with silly season. Just you got to be more in tune with that.
Literally,
it have to be.
Literally. And then to finish off the sell highs, like I said, the teams I'll be paying, the Utah Jazz is someone that with Jaren Jackson getting shut down, I'm like, yo, did Memphis know something was going on with his knee or something? Like, because I don't know.
Right.
I'm official about that out of left field. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Traded Utah trades for this guy or whatever, and then all
passes his physical.
Yeah,
right?
Passes physical.
Right.
Yeah.
And then like a week
later,
later,
need everything.
Yeah. That is kind of fishy. Totally.
Weird,
so I do have your article up here if you want me to pull it up at any time if you need to discuss anything. But that's a good read. I read it and I grabbed one of the guys you were talking about. Yeah. But
it's a deep waiver wire. So usually what I try to do for these articles is anyone that's usually 20% or like less in leagues, I look to pay attention and highlight on this. Okay. So scroll down a little bit. I talked about
when you drop these, Nick, where you could tell the people at home.
I dropped these. These dropped Monday morning.
Fantrax, everybody, right here.
Monday morning on Fantrax. So please feel free to look at the article I dropped. And again, I try to give a breakdown for the beginning of the articles. I try to break down the teams you should be focused on trying to get more of, or the teams you should be avoiding based on the games per week. So from this past week, for this article basically goes over the next 2 weeks. So basically, Boston, Toronto wasn't doing you any favors because they only play so many games in the 2-week stretch. And then scrolling down, Nolan Toronto for the Nets, he's someone that could just be soaking up minutes for the Nets. So he's someone that is, if you're in a 10 or 12 team league, he probably should still be available, but he probably shouldn't be. But for deep waiver wire, so that's where, anything goes at this point. Talking about the Sacramento youth here. Clifford, I think, is someone that, if he's still out there, I know he was looking a little weird before the break, but he's someone that makes some sense to still stash on your overall benches, especially if you have a few more spots than the average. So,
what do you think of their big man that they have right now? Raymond, what's his name? Excuse me, Reynard.
Yeah, Reynard. They have Caldwell too. Caldwell's out for the next couple of weeks, so Reynard is someone that I would prioritize at the moment.
I just picked him up. Him up.
I would prioritize him at the moment because of Sabonis being out and Caldwell being out. I mean, Precious Achiuwa is also on the roster too, but I think between those two, I think they could both have an opportunity to have a role because the front court for the Kings are kind of slacking right now. So
they are.
So that's an opportunity to pivot there. Plowden, he's someone that he's not someone I necessarily would like prioritize, but I want to watch from the waiver wire. Because if he does get if he gets anywhere from like 25, 30 minutes, something like that, if he becomes more of that staple in overall rotation, then it would make some sense for him to be on some of your roster, especially down the stretch. Moving on. We have I always butcher this guy's name.
I can't pronounce the first name, but yeah, Ubaselli.
Yeah. Shauna Ubasol.
I
Ubasol.
thought it was Yabiselli.
I always try. But Ubasol, he's someone that like I've watched as a Sixer before. So he was someone that, he was getting a few minutes here and there. He's just a big energy guy who if you're in a category league and need some rebounds, some solid efficiency scoring, field goal percentage wise, he makes some sense. Same thing with Robert Williams, the Time Lord we call him. He's someone that obviously was with Boston, and he's someone that I think that I will see. He's one of those guys that again wait for the waiver wire in a way, but if you're in a tight pinch and need some production, like you can go there. Moses Moody and Guy Santos, like the Warriors movement, like we don't know what's happening with Curry. I know he's going to be reevaluated sometime in the next 10 days.
They're hammered with injuries.
Yeah. Well, so we'll find out what happens there. We can't expect Draymond Green to be playing his like full allotment of minutes down the stretch. So we'll just have to find out. But I think Moody and Santos, along with Podziemski, if he's still out there in the waivers somehow. I know Melton is someone that was beat out there as well. I would say Buddy Hield, but he's just been too cold this season. But yeah, the Warriors movement, there's technically another team you got to that list of like teams of like movements, especially for youth. Dominique Barlow, when I wrote this, I was kind of sick because like I was like, how in the world like did Barlow go off? You know what I'm saying? Like that the other game. I wrote him a little blurb the previous week, and I was like, well, like maybe he's kind of one of those guys that he could probably put in your bench, kind of what happens, but he's not someone I prioritize. But then what he does goes off for 26 and 16. And I'm like, yo, who is this? Who is this guy? At least I mentioned him, but it's still like, man, like, come on. It could make me feel more like, more about that. But anyhow, he's someone that, again, the opportunity is going to be there for Philly. Obviously Paul George, suspended. So he's just someone there. And then Strother, he's someone I just can't quit. I like his game in Denver.
I like his game too.
It's just too many guards right now in Denver, especially with Tim Hardaway. He was being hot before the break. And obviously we'll have Jamal Murray, of course, in this roster. So, but he's someone that, if something were to happen or if, minutes don't, start leveling out for some people and he's someone that gets some opportunity, it's possible. Especially if down the stretch, if Denver doesn't have nothing to really play for down the stretch, depends on when things wrap up, he'd be someone that just keep a watchful eye on. That's kind of / more dynasty too, but just keep your eye on him.
Awesome. Appreciate you talking about your article. Go everybody follow him on his articles every week over at Fantrax. Every Monday. Thank you so much, brother. Hey, what'd you think of the futures bet I did before you popped off?
I don't like the Knicks. Denver's fine. I don't like the Knicks only because I've seen them be too streaky this season. They weren't this streaky last year. And then Karl-Anthony Towns for me, like he's someone again that like he's too streaky. Like he needs to be solid for this team to really, come out the East strong. That's why you get the value on him, right? So that's just kind of where that is. I mean, for the Eastern Conference, like I still can't get off Boston because Jason Tatum may or may not come back, but I think that's something where Jaylen Brown's proven that I think he can lead this team to the Eastern Conference Finals. So we'll just have to see if they can go on and do it. I think Cleveland is going to be interesting to watch because Mobley came back today, which is a good sign.
Yep.
I mean, trading Garland away for Harden, you're
doing something good.
You're tempting yourself to really get this thing
now.
So him, Mitchell, Mobley, Jared Allen when he comes back. You got a solid backcourt, solid front court pieces to come along with this. Sam Merrill on this team. Dean Wade, who comes out every once in a while, starts shooting threes. Like there's a solid roster here for Cleveland. So I mean, I'm not gonna rule them out just yet either.
I like them a lot too. Boston kind of worries me if they get their. I don't know if it's enough time.
It's just they are streaky 3-point shooters. Let's just call it a spade. They're streaky 3-point shooters, and they have all their stuff going. Yeah, it's game time for Boston. But when they don't, they're definitely susceptible.
Right. So appreciate your time, brother, for coming on. Appreciate the love, man. Dropping some info, fantasy sports. You definitely know you know what's up. Definitely know what's up. So I'm gonna pick your head a little bit for one more minute, brother.
Sure.
Snoop, I got something I want to share on the screen. So I pulled up the best players available that in my league right now.
Okay.
Do you see any players? I'm going to scroll down.
Keegan. That was easy.
Yeah? Okay.
Keegan Murray. That's pretty easy.
Okay. No problem.
But if you want to stroll a little bit more, let me see what else you got. But I think Keegan's someone that, like I was saying before, I was going to prioritize him if I still saw him. But
okay.
I think can't go wrong really with Pajemski there. But I think keep going.
Now I do. I might have an IR spot available.
We'll do it quickly. Hurry up! I would pick up Keegan. Hurry up!
All right.
Minga's there too, so that's probably a second for me.
I'll show you. And then this is my squad.
So Jalen,
Cade,
White. And wait, is it categories or it's points league?
Points.
Okay. Any special, like you get double, is it similar to DraftKings like settings or FanDuel?
Yeah, it's similar. Triple doubles and double doubles get extra points. It's points league. You get negative for missed field goals too. So, okay. But I'm scrolling down. Who would I drop them for?
Let's see.
Now, this guy's been cooking.
Yeah, I know. Isaiah Joe, and it feels like the Thunder players, like they're going to miss the next week at least. I know SGJ.
Yeah, SGA's out another week.
Williams for the next 2 weeks. I probably would just Kamara for me. Like,
okay,
he's someone I would probably just move on from. I mean, I would say Cam Thomas, but I kind of want to see
what he does.
Yeah, what else his minutes is going to be in Milwaukee because obviously he came out scorching hot. So we'll just have to find out if it's really sustainable or not. So that would probably be the guy I would. He got Jalen Duren.
Yeah, I got both of the suspended guys.
Dude, yo, so, get him out of there.
So just to show the folks at home a little backup of what Nick talks about, because his advice, I read his articles every week. But
Billy Hoyle can dunk. Is that really the name of your fucking team?
Yeah, that's the name of my team. I'm not embarrassed. I am in first place, so thank you, Nick, so far. Appreciate you.
So trying to help. Better win that championship now.
Shoot. Yeah, I'll be. It's my third year.
Hold on, who's Harold Miner's baby Jordans? What, dude?
Some cool team.
Hurry up and go get Keegan Murray because that's someone that I think if he's someone that's going to enter the starting lineup and stuff like that, whatever, you can't leave him on the waivers.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Steve.
Even if you got to drop Diabate for him right now, you could potentially do that too if you want to do that. But he's looking decent before you got to spend it. So.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time, brother. Thank you so much for coming on. I know next Thursday you're going to be in Indianapolis. You're going to
will be.
Yeah. You're going to be releasing some content out there.
Potentially, we'll see.
Okay.
Keep you guys posted. Maybe not. We'll see.
You better, bro.
I have a surprise up my sleeve. You never know.
Yeah. So this is the first time you met Snoop online, right? Like
no,
you've been.
We've been on several episodes, I feel like. Haven't we been on a couple?
I don't know if you were hosting that. It was Jonah.
Yeah, sorry. That was Jonah, yeah.
Yeah.
I did see Snoop one time, though, so.
Okay. So I appreciate your time. Go, everybody at home, follow Nick_Wilcox25 on Twitter. Go drop him a like and subscribe on his YouTube channel, DA Fantasy Football Show. Much love to you. Kill it out in Indianapolis, and hopefully I'll see you in a couple weeks. All right, brother?
Later, guys.
All right. Thank you, Nick.
Later, Nick. Have a good night, brother.
You too.
All right, Nick Wilcox. All right. Appreciate it. So, woo.
We
All
got
right.
another guest,
All right. We
a
got
very
my boy.
a very patient one who's been sitting
Yeah.
offline for about an hour and a half.
We got Carter from Odds On Podcast coming on. Yeah.
What's up, Carter? Carter, are
Come
you
on.
there?
Hey, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's give him
Now
an
we can.
applause.
Where's my picture? Do you see my picture?
So,
No
Carter,
camera.
I can hear you. We can see you. We're good.
Okay, cool. Awesome,
All right.
man. What's going
up,
on,
brother?
guys?
Man,
How
I know
are you?
you're not feeling well. So thank you for being here. Cheers. Cheers, Snoop.
Cheers. My camera is a little messed up right now, Carter, so you can hear me, but I don't know what's going on, and I can't obviously exit out to try to fix the camera because we're live. So this is the things we deal with, when you go
No
live.
worries, man. As long as as long as you got the host there, he's the most. So it's all good, brother. Appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah. So we placed a live bet a little while ago on the stream here, something I built, and you definitely influenced me over the years. So you're one of the best in-game live bettors I've ever met, and then some. You always teach me, but you're always learning too and being adaptive, which is part of what you have to be in this. So Snoop, I want to pull up. Let's pull up the bet and see how we're doing. I got it on shared screen.
Yep.
Let's see where we're at.
You need to share it. I can't put up.
Let's see. I'm getting there. All right. Cool. All right. So Carter, I laid this bet down for the folks at home. I don't know if you could see it once we change. There we go. I put a 7-leg with a boost plus 221. Looks like we got a couple of them knocked down. LaMelo is slacking a little bit with 4 minutes left in the game, and the rookie has not hit another 3. But Daniel,
LaMelo must be a little banged up in that car accident.
I'm sorry.
I said I'm sweating. Con as well. I need one more point to cash a live one.
Okay. That guy's
Let's go. Let's hit a 3. Let's try to cash it.
Yeah.
Out.
Let's do it. So I appreciate you coming on the show, man. Appreciate you. This is big going to the NBA. So something I want to get into with our history. In our past history, me and Carter has really stopped betting very much on NBA around the All-Star break because we're pregame bettors. That's changed. We have adapted. We have definitely adapted.
We have learned.
We have learned. Yeah, we have learned. Yes.
Bit.
Thank you. So, going to be cautious going forward a little bit because that's, in our notes because we've definitely note taken over the years and we learn. But I think we've been doing great at it even before the All-Star break. That technically was the worst week of the year before the All-Star break, right in your notes. And you did great. Tell the folks at home just what kind of tools you use. I know you were on the podcast before. We talked about the Real app, seeing stuff in real time, following substitution patterns, seeing what's going on actually in the game, who's getting the ball, who's not shooting the ball. What's some of the latest things you've been learning and applying to your betting?
Yeah, you nailed it. I mean, I'm a live game better now. I do not pregame bet for NBA pretty much at all. Like, I know, I know that, so-and-so is going to get 5 or so-and-so is going to get 10. I know this, but it's unpredictable. We're betting humans, and I think people forget, we're not in the robot era yet. So we're betting humans and we have no idea what they did last night. We have no idea what the rotations are going to look like. Take for tonight. I bet half the people listening right now are sweating Will right now. I'm sweating Will, right? So Will Riley from Washington, right? This kid came out within 4 minutes or 6 minutes. He put up 4 points. He sat the bench. There's no injury report. There's nothing. I live bet him as soon as I hit him 4 points for 10. And I got a 8-legger right now, and it's dragging him. That's it. He's sitting there at 4 points. So for me, it's like I got to see what's happening in real time. I look at the Real app. I mean, it's funny. I got a comment. I have this little podcast, right? And I'm not in it for the clicks.
How many phones? 4?
I got 4 phones. I work off the laptop all the time. I'm 50, right? I'm in my 50s. If you're going to do something in my world, you do it right. You don't do it half-assed. You don't, do it kind of cutting corners. So I look at this like day trading. I take 2-3 hours of my night. My family's awesome. They sit there and sometimes they're like helping me, but they know that's my time. And I like literally look at this like day trading. I don't look at it like, hey, I'm out with my girl and I got to sneak off to the John and I got to place a little live game bet. Like, that's not the way I do it. So, yeah, some people are like, I don't know, that's kind of crazy. But dude, if you're focused, if you're locked the fuck in for 2 to 3 hours, like just looking at data, you're processing data in real time. So that's what I'm doing with the phones. And you asked about tools. I always do it off the laptop. I never bet off my phone. I always bet off the laptop because when you get in, and I'm a FanDuel bettor, and I know the good and bad of that. But for me, I bet FanDuel because I can find everything quick, right? And the parlay builder, between the parlay builder and real app, it changed my betting career. I am profitable very profitable this year. It's the first time in NBA where I can sit there and go, I am up, maybe 10 grand. I mean, that's crazy. I'll lose it all in baseball. Don't get me wrong. Get it all right back, but I'm up and, I'm cashing out. Whereas this time last year as not a live bettor, as a pregame bettor, I'm riding the roller coaster like everybody else. And, I'm hitting the account, I'm funding the account, Now I'm withdrawing the account. And that's awesome for me personally, and I'm getting a lot of new bonuses. I got a $500 free bet the other night. Like I've never got a $500. I shared that with my betting group, and a lot of people that have been doing this shit for a long time were like, "You got a $500 no sweat bet?" I was like, "That's pretty cool." So for me, it's just processing data.
Holy cow, my camera's working again, everybody. Look at me. Hello.
Yay!
Wow.
So,
I don't know what the hell was going on. That
volume.
was crazy.
Sorry, man. I didn't mean to talk over you.
You're good. So,
No,
folks,
you're good.
folks at home, when we talked about this before, if I have to pay to get it on a PC, and I just don't want to do it right now. It's like $7-8 a month to put on there. But go download the Real app. It's hands down the best. It's literally. So I did a little test, Carter, last week. I had FanDuel on my PC, right, and I had a bet. A guy went to the free throw line, and I'm watching on Real. Okay.
Yep.
So on Real was literally 3 seconds ahead of the sports book. That is amazing. So he hit the free throw.
It depends on the API feed.
API sometimes 1 second, but I got a 3-second lag between where he hit the free throw on Real and the books on FanDuel showed it. So that's an important tool.
Yeah, it is. It's imperative, especially, hey, Coda, my dog, hey.
What's up, Coda?
You can mute me if you need to.
You're good.
Coda, buddy.
Hey, my dog has made many a podcast appearances.
Dude, he's awesome. But, yeah, I think for me, man, it's like my strength. It took me a long time to figure out what I was good at, right? And I'm good at I'm a businessman. I process a lot of data. I'm a CFO for a company. I'm a kind of a data analyst. I look at stuff. So I can process data quickly. And I think that's why I enjoy NBA right now. It's like if I'm looking at all my screens right in front of me and I have, the parlay builder for FanDuel, like you said, there's latency sometimes, meaning there's the delay. Sometimes I can catch him slipping, but that's not my goal. My goal is to build out something based upon the trends that I see. I'm making sure that the shot volume, I go to the Real app and I look at shot volume. That's super important to me, not makes, shot volume. You can have 8 points, but your shot volume is only 4 shots going into halftime. Doesn't mean I'm going to bet you for 15. It's just me, I'm looking for somebody that has shot volume 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 going into halftime because I know that, everybody's conceded to him. Like he's going to get the ball, he's going to shoot. And I think a lot of people kind of underestimate shot volume as a stat or an indicator to bet. And for me, that's a super, super important one. Score. Obviously score. Like right now I'm sweating 3 Brooklyn guys at 8 points for 10, and that's a blowout. So it wasn't a blowout when I bet it. So I'm learning, hey, maybe Brooklyn is already white flagging the whole thing, The rotations you mentioned, super, super important. Paying attention to the coaches' rotations and how they're effing things up. Look what's happening in Utah.
You can curse on the podcast, Carter. It's okay.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes the kids are around, so I kind of look over my shoulder and make sure that they know dad by now. But yeah, I mean, all that stuff is important. Free throws, right? So the big's got 4 points, like Kalbrenner or whatever his name is. Maybe he's got only 4 points, but he's been to the line 6 times. or 4 times. So I know he's going to keep getting the line. He has a matchup the coach likes. The ball's going to keep going in. Like, just paying attention to that shit for me is like, it helps me become a better. I don't go in anything going, oh, Walker from the Pacers is going to get, we all know Walker is going to get 10 for the Pacers. When to bet him for 10 or when to bet him for 15 or when he's on the bench after scoring only 2 after playing 6 minutes, that's when I'm betting Walker because I know he's going to get his 10. The odds are going to drop. I'm going to catch him at like minus 245 or minus 330 rather than, minus 800 for 10. So a lot of that's super important. And then it's like a puzzle. You got to put all that shit together and process it in real time.
All right. So I'm going to show the folks at home. So I don't have it on the PC, but it's the real app. It's black. Okay. Get that. Download it. If you go to the games, literally it tells you before you watch it on TV and before the books get the information, like literally like right there. So get it, download it. Shout out to John and all the boys. Thank you, Carter, for showing me this tool.
Those guys are awesome. They're data geeks. They're nerds. They're sports fans. They're big, I believe, Chicago Bears and Chicago Bulls fans. And they're just, they just look at things the right. And I got no affiliation with them at all. In fact, I'm looking. Come on, hit me up, because I am the biggest proponent of this app. I run my own apps. I have a couple apps that I run. I have a couple algorithms that I've worked the code on for a long time. And there's nothing that I've even created or want to create that's almost as good as this API feed that they have and the way they segment data. It's fucking awesome, man. It's really dope.
So I'm gonna be a little creative. We got the Pistons and Knicks in the third, right? We got Raptors and Bulls about to hit halftime. You want to possibly build something with me, Carter?
Yeah, let's do it, brother. Let's do it.
All right. This is going to be fun. So I got FanDuel on Sharon Snoop. So let's pull that up here. First thing I see is Cade for 30.
Oh, you have a white. You're in white. You're a white guy.
Yeah.
I know.
You already fucked me up. Now I'm so like, what's the word? I'm like almost on the cusp of being on the spectrum. It's like,
dude, Carter, I'm right there with you. I gotta have dark mode.
How do I change it in
I've
dark?
accepted it, man. I'm like,
I'll help you out later.
Okay.
Heywood.
Okay.
But yeah, everything's got to be dark mode for me, man.
Okay.
It's just the white. Just I feel like it hurts the eyes.
Yeah, it does. It shines. By the way, we're still sweating con for 1 point.
Are you kidding me? Still?
No, dude. Come on.
And
Do me a favor, man. Not to hijack your thing. Go to the parlay builder. Go to Go to home. Go to NBA.
Yeah.
Go to the
Hey,
parlay
Carter,
builder.
just so you know, if you have something you want to screen share too, feel free. There's a button down there. I don't know if you can see it. It kind of looks like a TV with an arrow up in it.
Oh, he got a 3, bro.
Yeah, you got it.
Yep.
Yeah, he just hit a 3. All right, that's good.
We like that. That's good content. Ball's still at 11 though.
All right. How about overtime? Can we get overtime?
We can get overtime. They're down by 3. Knipple just hit a 3. So yeah, man, this is all possible.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, let's do it. Let's build something up.
Yeah. First thing I see is Cade. That's your guy and my guy.
Cade's been losing minutes a little bit.
Okay.
His volume is way up, but he hasn't been playing the same rotations and minutes that he has, and I'm a little weary going out of the All-Star break on how they're going to use him. But yeah, Cade he's always the dude.
How do you feel about 30 for him?
Where are we at? 855, 655 in the third. Yeah, I think he can get to 30. So he's negative 800. Yeah, there's
okay. We'll do that one. Let's see here. Ooh, we got Brunson at 15. He's 5 for 12. Towns 4 for 8.
I will not bet Towns. I was listening to Wilcox earlier. He just I got better things to do. I can go knit. I can garden. I'm not betting Towns.
Okay. What do you see, brother?
I don't have it up. Can you go to 10 points for me?
Yeah, I can. 10
so
points.
Just my philosophy is to, I know you like to bet a lot of names. I like to bet a lot of like rooks, dudes that I see that are getting a lot more playing time. I like the Shepherds of the world. I like the Easons of the world, the Walkers of the world,
Alvarados of the world.
the Aval. Well, screw
Right?
us. He hasn't seen another effing dollar.
Right?
Sexton, I got Sexton for a 10. I mean, come on, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Throw
Yeah.
him in. Throw him in. He's at 800 right now. That's going to bring us to negative. Go down a little bit.
Yeah.
Right there.
I like him too.
Yeah, that's going to bring us negative 360. So
Okay.
my goal always, and I'm not, I see these plus 10,000s and plus 20,000. God love you, man. I've hit them. Go to my website. I've hit them. But I'm not that guy. I play negative 110s to like plus 365s. Those are my sweet spots. And I like to be under 200, plus 200, because I know that there's a lot of, there's a lot of lean there. I feel like these can cash. So if you're a plus 900, plus $1,200, those are not the odds that I play in personally.
Okay. I just see 5 points is not available. That's one little sweet spot we like to hit sometimes.
Go to the games. This is good. This is a good hack. We're going to give away a hack. Go to games.
Yeah, they have it in games. That's right.
Yeah, so click on the Pistons game. This is going to be a good one. Click on the
So-
Pistons game. It's close.
Bam.
Go to 5 points.
These two guys.
Come on, let's take
Man,
Landry.
Holland.
Come on, let's take Landry. Let's do it.
Do you want to?
I don't know what's his volume right now.
Let's see. She's kind of burnt. Didn't he burn us right before the break?
He did burn us, but we always go back. It's like the girl that always like says
Yeah.
no. You gotta
So 12 minutes.
he's
0 for 2, 0 for 2 for 3, 3 for 4 at free throws. He's got a -9 plus minus 2 rebounds, 2 assists.
All right, so we're really playing him to get to the line almost.
kinda
You know him. He drives a lot. He's gonna. I don't know. I don't
And
know.
the game's competitive. You know what? Let's put it on there.
All right, and Holland.
Does it
No,
not
there's
let me
no
put it on
volume.
there?
No volume.
There we go.
Where are we
There
at?
we go.
-121.
Yep.
Okay, let's get it. Let's go back to the parlay builder. This Toronto game's pretty close.
It is.
You know I love me some Quickly.
Yes. I love Quickly too.
And you know I like some Mamu.
Yes. That Toronto team has so much talent.
Dude,
They do.
they totally do.
He's got 4 points. Where is it at in the game? Halftime. Okay.
Halftime. Quickly, his shot volume's 2 for 7, 0 for 3 from 3. Okay, so he comes out, and this is what I mean by knowing the rotation and knowing kind of the shot selection and deference, right? He's going to come out and he's going to jack. He's going to jack within the first minute or two. He's going to jack at least 1 or 2 threes. So the chances of him putting one down are pretty good. And then we're sweating 3 points on him. So I like Quickly at 10.
Okay.
But
I do like him
your
too.
bet, brother.
I do like him too. He always starts the second half if he's having low scoring. He always comes out shooting. And in the fourth quarter, when the game's close, he is their main go-to guy. So I like that as well. So let's put that on there.
And Mamu's 1 for 1 on threes, which he usually has better volume, but he's not getting a lot of minutes yet.
I can't say his last name either.
Mamu Kalashvili.
Right? So one thing I like, just going to add to it. Let's see if he's on here. Let's see. Nope. Ingram is not available for 20. He's at 17. Okay. All right. Not there.
Your sons are getting a little spanked, but they're still. Williams is going to get to 10, dude. Throw Williams in there at 10. That's kind of a no-brainer. You turned me on to Williams last night.
I loved him. I love him. So we got no Allen, no Dylan Brooks tonight.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, Biggs
2 for 7. He's got volume right now.
Yeah, and Biggs played good against him, against Wemby. He's at 4. Okay, so we'll go down to 10.
Yeah, I think he gets 10 easy. I mean,
Castle's at it's minus 235. I didn't increase the odds. What the heck? All right, yeah, I did. Okay, cool. 229 right now. We add him on there.
Oh, you know who's sneaky tonight in that game too is Castle, 15.
Where's he at right now?
He should have good odds. He should. Prove me wrong.
How many points does he have right now?
11. Ooh, thought it'd be more. Oh, it just went to 2,000. Damn.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah, we don't like that.
Huh. Okay. Let's see. Let's look around the score here. Is there anything else you see that you like? Wow, Giddy has no points. Holy crap.
I know Giddy has been, yeah. I mean, that's since the trades, man. That's a weird kind of dynamic going on over there. You got Simons now. You got Patrick Williams is getting some shots a lot. He's putting it up. Sexton is taking a lot of shots. I know somebody was Nick was talking about Yabusele earlier. Yabusele is, he's your 5 guy.
All right.
Richards, right? Richards has been getting 5 to 10 easy. Oh, let's play Richards for 5, dude.
Richards just got traded to Chicago, correct?
Yeah. Play him for 5. He's at 4 right now. He should be actual decent odds. That should jack up to 180 plus 185 or somewhere around there.
Williams just scored.
Sweet. Oh,
okay. Bowles, is he not on here? Let's see. He's not even on here.
Damn. Is he on there for 10?
Oh, he's not even on here.
So everybody that's watching this is the hack, man. If you can come in and you can do the parlay builder on an actual screen while watching the real app, like you said, Williams just scored. So his odds are going to change, which to me means, all right, if we're going in trying to get 8 guys, now we got to either take that guy off or use one of your boosts or take another guy for 9.
All right. What do you think? 6 leg? Anything else you see like on?
I love 183s. I mean, these are. But I'm going to defer to you, brother. Jalen Smith has been.
He's killing it. Let's go back to him.
He's got some volume lately.
Let's go to him. Let's see here.
And he's in. He's 1 for 3, 0 for 3, 0 for 1 from downtown.
So put him for 20. He's at 14. We're gonna use you know what? Let's go with the 50. I like this.
Who'd you throw in?
Jalen Green's got 14.
Oh, I was talking about Jalen Smith. My bad.
Well, I like him too, but I like Green as well. It's early in the game too. What's Smith at again?
He's at 4 points right now. I'd play him for 5 easy if he's listed.
Yep, there we go.
There you go, dude. 391.
Right. Let's go. I'm placing it. We're loading it. All right, a little collaboration with Carter and Heywood. I love it.
Love it, man. And this is what we used to do.
Yeah. This is what we used to.
Back in the day, we just
yeah, that was a lot of fun. But this is kind of cool doing on a pod during our newer strategy.
Okay.
We're doing it live. So like folks at home, like we're looking at like, plus minus 1,100, minus 900. If you put a bunch of those together, they're going to smack. And you don't want to lose money. Like there's a lot of funny business going on, especially now. Just put it for the easy peasy. Don't stretch it out. Take the money. Take the layup, as Carter would say. Take the layup.
Take what they give you, man. I mean, it's, I'm not a single man, but it's late at the bar. Take what's there. It's all good. It's going to get going. Watch out. That'll come from me.
I ain't saying nothing.
It goes both ways, man. So yeah, like
you want me to pull that up, Carter?
If you don't mind, I want to show people. I'm pretty what's the word I'm looking for? I'm transparent. So for me, I'm a volume guy. So I think I had about 6 or 7 bets going tonight. So can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Sweet. So like Riley fucked us, right? Huff, I love me some Huff. So I overplayed this one. 30 is kind of my sweet spot of like, you know what, 30 bucks is 30 bucks. Let's throw it out there. Riley killed this one. So that's 83 that coach cost us already. All right. Riley, look at this one. This one I spent time on. Look at this. Plus 361. Riley killed us. So that's 200 that coach
Grimes was on one.
Yeah. Eason and James, this was chasing because I had a no sweat $100 bet and I was trying to juice it up. So
hey Carter, are you able to zoom in a little bit and make the text a little bigger so people can maybe read it? Yeah, there we go.
So yeah, this so I cashed. Let's see what I cashed. So these are the guys I was sweating before. So again, 8 and 8, and a blowout. Cash this 6-legger. So plus 149. So my goal honestly, is I usually have 2 to 250 out probably at any given time. My goal is honestly like, I'm kind of having fun at 250. 400, I'm sweating a little bit. You've seen me with a lot more out, but
Uh-huh.
87 back, and my expectations was Will was going to return me that 200. I really thought, he was going to get his time. So I would have been plus 283, and I think I was 140 or 150 coming in. So I would have been up 140, 150. But again, I'm not. So I'm down 100 and something dollars right now. So what I would do going into this next window is I would be a lot more safer. I would start looking and going, all right, how do I build something that's a lot safer? Because I want my money back. Now I'm not trying to win. I'm trying to just, kind of recoup. And I look at it like day trading. It's like, damn, man, I took a hit in the morning trades, and now in the afternoon I want to get it all back, and then I'm cool with just a little bit of margin. So I'd play Sexton. Kuro. Mamu would be my gamble because obviously he's going to juice this way up. Harper, easy peasy, right? There's Williams. We love that. So now we're at minus 128. So I feel comfortable right there. A lot of people don't want to play negatives, but I feel really comfortable at 128. So what I would do is probably, check it out at 57. So that gives me 100. I'm recouping like 50. Probably, our risk here. What's Thompson at? Let's check real quick. I want to build something live real quick here. Give me a second.
No problem. I like what you're building, by the way.
Thompson's 3 for 6. He's got 24 minutes. He's going to come back in, obviously. The game's close. He's got shots. Shit. That should juice the hell out of it. Look at that. Now, normally when I put something in that's kind of like a juicer that I'm like on the fence about, I'll throw something else in there. Like that's when I would throw Mamu, or I would take a Paul Reed. Reed's 4 for 5, 19 minutes. So he's getting some time. He looks like he's not in foul trouble. Oh, he has 4 personal fouls. That's all right. He's on the 4th. What do you think? Think we throw him in?
How much time is left?
We got
2
minutes.
Let's do it.
All right, so I'm going to put 57 out there to win 230. So accept that bad boy and
review. Send that my way. I'll write it.
Sweet.
I'll tail.
Oh, we got to get it to place here. Seriously. There you go.
Perfect.
All right, I'll send you the link on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm on.
Yeah, just it's good tools that you're giving out, just like ideas, because the live betting is very, very powerful, and there's not many platforms that talk about it, show it, or teach about it.
Yeah, it takes
nobody.
It takes I think I told the story a million times, right? I told it on your podcast. One of my business partners, who happens to be a family member, he used to be a betting coach. He lives in Canada, in Toronto. Super smart guy. Owns a couple businesses, and he's invested in one of my gambling businesses. And he basically told me, he said, I do not pregame bet. I said, for anything? He's like, nothing. It's like, his mentor told him, might as well just hand the money over. Because, yeah, you may win today, you may win tomorrow, but you're going to give it all back at some point. And he said, you got to live bet. And me, being smarter than everybody in the room, dismissed that shit for 2-3 years as betting, going through all this money. And, I had the money to lose. I think that's important. Like don't lose what you don't have. But I was getting frustrated, and I don't know. It just happened. It was WNBA last year, April, May.
You hit me up WNBA style. I'm like, I have no clue about WNBA.
I mean, at the time I didn't know much about WNBA, but I wanted to bet it because I had the package on the TV, and the daughter was interested a little bit in it. So I'm like, all right, so I'll watch. But I didn't really know much about it. But I said, if I don't know who's going to get what, let me look at what they're doing in real time. So that's how I kind of came up with my live system, which I just adapted to NBA. And it's the same exact system, except in WNBA, there's so many limited scorers, right? On a team of 12, you literally have 3 to 4 people that can even get to double digits. So it's a lot easier. The predictability is there. So I started winning a shitload of money on WNBA. And that just kind of showed me of like, I'm live game betting.
Yep.
Wow.
Like Tao's right. My man's right. Like he is 100% right. So I went back to him. I said, I'm live bet, betting WNBA. He's like, yep. Live bet WNBA, live bet soccer, live bet football, live bet WNBA, and regular NBA. And
It's becoming something you're mastering, brother. Send that bet over real quick so I can jump on.
my bad. I
Send
know,
it right now. But
listen to myself fucking chat rather than give you.
It's all right. You God pay to go to a class of yours, man. You learn, and you not just that, you learn, like you said, and it's taking all the tools you've learned, and it's something we did change. And live betting is so dang powerful. It is amazing. I'm so glad I got that in my arsenal.
Yeah, you were doing a little bit last year, and you were getting good. But I know that you were distracted doing other things. You were like showering, getting off work, and doing all your stuff. And you were like, but yeah, it started being like, if he's paying attention to it, imagine if I paid attention to data the way that I pay attention to data, or the way I want to pay attention to data. You know what I mean?
So on that first bet, folks, we got hooked by Ball. Everything else hit us early in the show, so did not hit that one. Ball did not score. He had 0 points in the second half? What the heck? 0?
He's distracted from his car accident this week.
Interesting.
You didn't know about the car accident?
No, I knew about it.
He swerved into oncoming traffic and head-on collision with someone.
I know there's more to that story.
Apparently, he was wearing one of those Apple Vision headsets.
Oh, that's weird.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
That's the way that Apple wants to be marketed. Yeah, I think. That's.
Thank you, Carter. Wrote it.
Yeah, brother. Yeah.
You have a Back to the Future mug too?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh man, you guys must shop at the same Costco or something.
Well, Heywood went to his mailbox one day and it was in there. I don't know that.
Yeah.
The future cinema.
Isn't your dog's name DeLorean? I'm just kidding.
That's not a bad name for a dog, actually.
Shit, I might name my daughter that.
That was funny. Yeah.
Snoop, let's pull up my FanDuel. I just want to check the bet that we put up. Let's see where it's at right now. See how it's doing. All right, so let's see. That's the one I just wrote with you. So Cade 35, Shemet 7, Sexton still at 7, but he hasn't came back in because he's off the bench. Quickly has not scored yet. It's only a minute and a half into the third quarter. Jalen Smith got us.
Nice.
Castle's got 13. Green's still at 14, and Williams at 6. And there's still plenty of time, so that one's looking pretty good, brother.
Nice. Good. Yeah, I think Jalen Smith right now is at 7, right?
Yeah, he's at 7. 10 might be a good bet right now.
Let's see what he's at for 10. Let's see if there's any good juice on this guy right now. Let's see what he's at. Because that would make sense to me to bet him for 10.
Yes. ASU guy right there. He's showed some good flash before he got hurt.
All right.
So, Carter, how do you like your Celtics? Do you think they can make a run?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a homer. I'm from Boston. I like everything Boston. But I like the makeup of the team, especially after the trade. I definitely do. If Tatum comes back, the word on the street is he could. But I love Vucevic. I think he's a great addition. I think it's exactly what they need. Jalen's balling. Derek White's kind of streaky this year. Peyton's picking up a lot of the slack. I like him. I'm not worried about the Knicks. I can tell you that.
All right.
Wow.
No, I'm just real talk. Like Brunson does not scare me. Towns does not worry me. They're a good team. Don't get me wrong, and I'm not playing hater on the New York side, but I don't know. I think they're too streaky. I just think they're
Yeah.
Right. You're going forward for next year. I think you guys are going to be. That trade made you guys better, for sure.
And I like OG and I like Robinson. I think Robinson's a very underrated player. I think that I bet him for 10 a lot. and he covers. I mean, we
I,
swept
I
the
was
lottery.
hoping the Suns would have picked him up. There was some rumors that the Suns
Was
would
it?
trade for him,
Huh.
but obviously that didn't come to fruition.
All right. Well, I appreciate you a little bit of a class there.
Yeah,
Dr.
man. I think
Dr.
the last
Carter.
thing that I wanted to just touch on was that I don't listen to social media at all. Like I don't go on there and see what people are leaning to. I don't care what the social sentiment is. I don't care. Like I'm not influenced by other cappers. I haven't been on social media all day other than to repost this for us, like, whereas before I would be intimate and wondering, checking everything. And, I use the real app. I know who's questionable. I know who's not questionable. If they're questionable, I look back at what they've done and I go from there. But I stay off social media, or at least gambling social media. I'll be on sports social media, or I'll be on politics social media, but I will definitely not be on gambling social media because I think it's, there's just too many conflicting ideas and opinions, and there's some real well-versed people that don't want to share, and they're hard to get stuff out of. And then there's a bunch of amateurs that overshare, and doesn't make me any better or any worse than them. I just feel like my mind personally starts going, what is he seeing that I'm not seeing? What is he seeing? Why don't I see that? Why is he? And that's another reason why I just don't pregame bet.
Right. Well, before we head out, a couple of things I want to discuss with you because we still got to show our interview from Doug Franz. So I shared a screen with you, just some sportsbook information here. I don't know if you heard about this, Carter. Tell me when I'm good, Snoop.
Go for it.
All right, check this out.
Something I seen an article. I like this. I like BetMGM's doing this. So they're now suspending any customers who harass athletes. If they find out that you have an account and you're harassing athletes after the game, and I needed 2 more points for you, I needed it, they're suspending their account. So I like to hear.
I love that.
I wish more sports books would take that stance. If they find out about them suspending, they find out about them going after athletes. Matter of fact, in New Jersey, I like this. A New Jersey lawmaker wants to ban text messages from the sports books about enticing you to gamble. So,
sorry, Kevin Durant.
I'm gonna give John a look at this too. Bet now, come on in now. Every day you'll get hit every day from these casinos and from these. I'm not gonna say casinos. From these sports books that are new to the country. Hey, you got this bonus. You got that bonus. You got there's every day. If you don't opt out or slow down those responses, you'll get hit up every day, every week. And I like that New Jersey lawmaker thanking Senator Andrew Zwicker. I never heard of him, but thank you. He seeks to prohibit all licensed gambling entities in the Garden State from utilizing push notifications and text messages to promote their gambling companies. I am really happy that that's happening, and I hope it does go through.
Crazy. So did you hear about that, Carter?
Yeah, I like it. I got a lot of opinions. I'm old. It's not their fault that you're betting on them, dude. I mean, at the end of the day, people that are harassing athletes or entertainers or even politicians, I think, are scumbags to begin with. Like, nobody's forcing you to do anything. And honestly, I feel bad for the college kids because they're 18 to 22, and that's and not to sound like a bleeding heart dude, but it's like, dude, that's crushing when you have literally log into Twitter and you're just getting crushed because you missed a free throw or you did X, Y, and Z. I think it's I like it.
And I think there's like a class action lawsuit being put together by consumers about how they advertise and push betting onto you. So that's kind of
when I was trying to get funding for my gambling app. I mean, one of the biggest surprising figures that I found out, I think it was like 64% of males on college campuses have downloaded and utilized a sports betting app, which is, to me, that's a ballistic number. In fact, I had to keep checking it to make sure that number was accurate. And I think the fine print was they downloaded a betting app, not that they actually used it.
Right. Yeah.
64%, man.
Jeez. Yeah.
That's I mean, I've been in parties or get-togethers with people that have never bet anything. They're like, "Oh, we were at Zales," and the guy that was helping us at Valentine's Day was like, oh yeah, I don't bet, but I downloaded the app because they gave me 250 free bets, and I bet on soccer, and I didn't know anything about it, and and he's like, and I lost it all, and I never bet again. It's like, dude, it's sales.
Right. Yeah. So that number is way inflated because that's what they do is they give you that free, prop bet, spend 5 and we'll give you 100 or whatever,
Yep.
and then people just do that and then never use it again. I'm one of those people actually, I did that, multiple times.
Yeah, I can't organize multiple sports books, and I don't use an aggregator to bet through and aggregate all my books because I'm just not that smart on that shit. But,
I got another video card I want to show you. I got 2 more I want to show you. So I want the importance of cashing out.
yes.
It's very important to people. So I got a video ready here. This guy placed a $1 bet, and check this out.
One of the best feelings in sports betting is making the correct decision on a cash out, and that's exactly what this bettor did. He had a 15-pick parlay, $1, which would have paid over $17,000. He decided to cash out for $1.6K with 4 legs remaining, and 2 of the legs ended up not hitting, so the bet would have lost. He had the under of 145.5 in Green Bay versus Milwaukee. That game finished with 147 points, and then he had Drake versus Northern Iowa under 138.5. That one finished with 148 points. So because of cashing out, he turned $1 into 1.6K. That would have been 0.
So the importance of cashing out, people, it's very important. Take the money sometimes. What's your takes, Carter?
Take the money. I mean, I'm looking at this right now. You probably can't see it, but the bet I just placed.
Yeah.
So it's a $57 bet. You got a cash out of 75, and you can win 302. That
Show the screen again, Carter. Put it up there again.
You got you blown up. The bet you just placed on the show, correct?
Yeah. So it's if we cashed out right now, we make $20, right? But our long shots cash went through. So Reed covered, Coral covered. So we're going to sweat Sexton, which we know he can get 10. We're really going to sweat Mark Williams and Thompson because Thompson's got. So if that goes up to over 150, I'm going to take it.
Right. My cash out's only $5 on top of the money. So
yeah, you got it late. I was late.
Yeah.
Quickly, by the way, it's at 8. Quickly, just
all right, let's go. So you got to weigh that out, and off a $1 bet, take that damn money when you had that guy was smart for doing it. And even if it hit, so freaking what? Yeah. It's money. It's $1. So the importance of cashing out, people, is very important. Take the money.
You know what I did? Listen to this. You'll get a kick out of this, Heywood. I think I shared I don't know shit about capping Daytona 500. But I can watch in real time, and I can look at data, and I love data, and I like me some data. Especially, I like the stop and start. They're under cautions. Everybody lines back up. Who's pitted? Who hasn't? Who's on fresh tires? Who's not? To me, I resonate with that because that's data. But I forget who it was. It was the other guy on Jordan's team, the third guy, the rookie. I bet him for $25, I think, and he was in 5th or 6th, and I bet him to finish top 10. And during a caution or something, the cash out went up to 158 or 165. And I took it.
Dude, see?
And he didn't even finish even close to the top 20, I believe. So,
dude,
yeah, man, you gotta. My wife who's listening in the background, every time I show her, should I take the cash out? You know what the answer is. Take it.
Yeah, I know. I've heard her in the background say that to you.
She'll yell at me sometimes, and then I'll be all quiet. And she's like, "Did you take the cash out?" No. Did we win? No.
We bounce out ideas off each other. We ask, hey, should I take this? What do you think? I'll ask you, vice versa. Lean on people, especially your tight inner circle when it comes to betting. Sometimes for me, if I'm not having a good day, I'll take the damn money. If I'm having a good day and I like how I could see it come out, then I'll leave it. It kind of depends. That kind of plays a role in that for me.
Sometimes you want to see green.
Yeah.
Not to be like that guy, but I think I went 2 days this month without hitting green. That doesn't mean profitable every day, but without seeing green. And it's maybe one day. And, some days you just need to see green, and some days you build those bets at negative 250, or you take the early cash out because you want to see green, and it doesn't make you feel great, but at least it's not a loss.
Right,
you
right.
know?
So one more thing I want to talk to you about. I know we're extending our time a little bit, but just some things. It's probably the number one topic in the NBA right now. Snoop, I got a video I want to play. All right, and it's about the tanking and everything that's going on.
Mhm.
So we good, Snoop?
Yep.
Okay.
So I guess I would ask you, Winman, do you think this now rises to the level of a significant problem? And if so, what would be a solution?
It's not just Utah. Utah is being the most egregious of it, but there are multiple teams that are trading for players and immediately saying that they're injured and keeping them out for long periods of time. It's not just Utah using starters and then shutting them down. What Utah has done has been more egregious because they've had players who have been playing very well, and then they bench them for the fourth quarter. Their coach, as Bobby mentioned, Will Hardy, will sometimes literally just put his hands in his pockets and not call timeouts as the team gets steamrolled over. And that's where the transition has happened. Tanking historically has been done on the inactive list. The players in the games are always playing to win. And once a player is in on the active list, you rarely see them, not go full out. What's happening here is that they're putting the reins on players who are active in games, and that's the next step. And something very interesting happened yesterday. It's an important game in the tanking standings. Tonight, Utah is playing Sacramento. These are two teams that are vying to get one of those top picks. And initially, when the Jazz put out their injury report yesterday, they listed Lauri Markkanen, who has barely been playing, out for rest. And then an hour or so later, they changed their injury report and said he's actually not going to rest, he's going to play. So what happened there? Did something happen behind the scenes? We'll see. Adam Silver will address the media, and I promise you will address these questions this week at All-Star Weekend. But I'm going to say, you can't put rules in that don't exist. And the Jazz are following the rules. They are activating healthy players and playing them, and they're just not playing them all out. So I don't think anything can be done in the next 10 minutes that's going to affect it. But something got the Jazz to make Lauri Markkanen active yesterday. I'm interested to find out more about that.
So I guess I would ask you, Winman, do you think...
So this leads me to my next question. You had action on that game, Carter.
I did.
It's upsetting that we're seeing this new type of tanking. It's literally it was a competitive game. It was a competitive game, correct? Going in the fourth quarter.
It was. It was very competitive, and they sat the starters almost the entire fourth quarter, as I remember it. And even when again, as a guy that pays attention to substitutions, I'm like, all right, so they skipped the 5-minute time. Okay, they're going to put them back in. It's close. They're just, and then the thinking was they're not going to put them back in at all. Like, he's not coming in. JJJ's not coming in. Like, they're not coming in. Like, and yeah, it pissed me off.
Dude, didn't Markkanen and Jackson have like 24, 25 each before the end of the third?
I think we were sweating. I forget what it was, but I think it was 30 for Jackson and 25 for Mark. And they were right there. I forget exactly. I could pull up the bet. But it's the same thing as Will Riley tonight. I need to know what happened with Will Riley tonight. NBA, listen up. What happened with Will Riley tonight? 6 points, 4 minutes. Never saw the floor again after those 4 minutes. No injury report, nothing from the sideline reporter. Nobody knows anything. The internet's a ghost town. It's like the old Wild Wild West with tumbleweed.
Yeah, and this guy's not even a stud, like one of their best players. Like, what the heck's going on?
But he's a rotational player that literally is getting minutes. He's a 10-point, 15-point. Well, I wouldn't say 15, but he's a 10-point guy pretty much on the reg. So something happened.
It's upsetting. Especially us invested money into it. My best advice is don't play Utah players and Wizards players and certain teams as much. Maybe a little
too, because those are fun teams to bet. The Wizards are a fun team to bet.
They are.
Sar will screw you. Koulibaly will miss free throws. But they're still fun to bet because there's so much young talent. Ace Bailey, so much fun to bet. Like, these guys are fun to bet.
I agree. That's one team I've loved the last few years. I'll say this: if they're healthy next year, they could be a top 6 team in the West if they put it together. They could.
But yeah, I like their makeup. I think it's just another data point, right? Like, if we keep, what did Grandpa always say? If you keep banging your head against the wall and making the same mistake, whatever that expression is, it's like we have to take that as a data point. The data point is this team will tank. And they'll use whatever reason that they want to. So you adjust the way you bet. And if you're going to bet Markkanen, don't bet him for 15 instead of 20. Or if you're going to bet JJ, like JJJ, bet him for Bet him again for 15 or 20, or leave him off. Bet Bailey. And this is kind of where my mind kicked in. You'll like this, Heywood. Okay, who's the next man up? Like when we look at that team, let's look at it right now. So let's look at Sacramento, because they're going through a little bit of the same thing too. Like Maxime Renaud, like that dude, he's a stud now.
I love him.
He's going to get those points. Precious is getting those bench points when they're out, So Nick Clifford, he's getting time, So who's going to come in?
That Nick talked about was Clifford as well, and then they got Keegan Murray coming back.
Yep,
That's gonna be a player that we could bet on going forward.
So yeah, I think it's a definite. When you get in bed with the devil, right, and the devil is the books, right? We're all here to beat the books. That's why when people are protective about the way they bet, I'm not selling you a system. I'm not fucking get on live bets, get out phones, get a computer, and try to figure the shit out. Like it's not rocket science, right?
Right.
We all want to beat the books, but when the books are working actively against us, with when people say it's a scam, it's they're cheating, it's bullshit. They're not cheating. Right. The system's broken, and they're gaming the system for whatever reason, for the ownership, for player health and safety, because, marketing said, dude, I'm going to tear something. I'm getting too many minutes. I want to say whatever the reason is. I don't believe that people, and I know some people, really have their feelers up that this is really institutionalized betting and scamming,
So the next day they were fined $500,000.
That will teach the owner something. Billionaires are billionaires. We see what's happening in the world. Like at the end of the day, 500,000 is, could be a slap on the wrist. 5 million would hurt.
Draft picks and more money.
Draft picks may not even hurt, because a lot of these guys, this is just an asset in their portfolio. The Utah Jazz are not going to win anything, unfortunately. So whoever owns the Utah Jazz is just looking at it as, it's his plaything, and it comes down to revenue. It comes down to, turnover at the concessions. It comes down to what kind of licensing deals you can put together for everything,
Right.
Well, I'd like to get your opinion on something, Carter. We're talking about tanking right now, and I heard an interesting opinion about this today. I can't remember who said it. It might have been Stan Van Gundy or somebody I saw earlier today said something that they should just get rid of the draft altogether. And then teams can sign players right out of college for whatever they want, because we still have the salary cap. So there's still, restrictions on the cap, but it would eliminate teams from tanking. If everybody has a fair shot to get anybody out of college, there's no need to tank.
I love it. First of all, Van Gundy's a smart dude, right? He's been around this game forever. We have to look at things. Things are changing all the time. Things are evolving, right? Look at social media, look at AI, look at everything that we're dealing with as a culture, right? My kid he can play video games. He can be talking to his friend. He can be texting, watching YouTube, and be on a Discord all at the same time, and taking all that information in from 6 to 7 sources, and still, finishing top 3 in kills and everything on his game. Like, we can't do that as old guys. Like we're stagnant, right? We can take in 1 or 2 data sources. Right.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've been playing Grand Theft Auto the whole time, Carter.
There you go. Dude, I played Battlefront 1 from Star Wars. It's a 10-year-old game, dude. They start clowning me, and I'm like, dude, you're talking to a 50-year-old man. Slow your roll. You get the game for $1.49 at GameStop.
Reed's got us. Thompson still at 8. Williams at 8. Harper at 8. Sexton at 9. And Isaac Rocco got
Thompson
us.
just came in, which is good news.
Okay. Quickly got us. He's at 10. Yep. Sexton still at 9. Williams at 8. Castle 15, 18 now. We need Jalen Green to get going.
Sexton at 9. Yeah, this could cash, dude.
This could cash. Yes.
It's gonna come down to Thompson. So this would be, just so everybody knows, because you can't see my screen, it's a plus 430 on my end, 57 to get 302. Not a bad day. That will get me back to where
we'll take it. We'll take it. I think mine is let's see, I put 25. Cash out is at 58 right now. Potential of 123.
Yep. Sexton just covered. He's at 11.
All right, let's go.
So we're sweating Harper, Williams, and of course Thompson's going to be our big sweat here.
Ooh, we like sweating, don't we?
Well, again, knowing the rotations, right?
He should be in the last 5 minutes.
He's in, and he's gonna get his shots. He's gonna get his shots, or a shot or two at least.
So it
Now, can he
looks
just put it down?
New York's down by 14, huh?
We're okay.
All right. All
We're
right.
okay.
I'm glad you were on to talk about this tank and stuff, even though I should have let off the show with this type of news because this affected you and this plays right up our alley. And personally, what the heck happened because we had money on it. I lost a lay on that too. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, it's $200 tonight in winnings lost, right? So, I mean, and don't get me wrong, is Will going to get to 10? I can tell you, matter of factly, he would have got to 10. So, to me, that's tanking. Like something happened. What? And maybe Snoop, to take it even further, what you said, maybe it's about injury reporting, and maybe it's about actually like even if somebody is like out of their rotation, it's like it's kind of like due diligence of being able to say like, hey, he's got a knee, we're watching it, he's not injured, but it's going to affect his minutes. Like we got to change as a sports society to update with what the books are doing. The books have so many data points now, and the APIs are so fast, and we can get so much good data. It's like we can't be relying on a 70-year-old dude that's coaching because the owner said, sit Bob after he scores 6. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, that's really a lazy take. I get it, but it's not if you really think about it. The take would be like, dude, this needs to evolve as fast as this. This is evolving too fast. This isn't evolving fast enough. We got to meet in the middle at least.
All right. Did you hear the news today about what came out about all of this? I don't think you did, but I got an article, Snoop, that I want to pull up real quick. It was news that came out today regarding the tanking as far as what the league is from Shams Charania. So he posted before this big thing I'm going to read that Commissioner Adam Silver informed the league's 30 general managers on Thursday that the NBA plans to make anti-taking rule changes for next season. Sources tell ESPN. Stakeholders have intensified dialogue about combating taking. Now, this is their ideas. Multiple sources with knowledge of Thursday's GM meeting, as well as late January competition committee meeting, told ESPN that the following concepts had been discussed to curb tanking. First round picks can be protected only top 4 or top 14 plus. So pretty much not that middle tier after 4 up to 13 is what it's saying. Lottery odds freeze at the trade deadline or later date. I'm kind of intrigued by that. No longer allowing a team to pick top 4 in consecutive seasons and or after consecutive bottom 3 finishes. Teams can't pick top 4 the year after making the conference finals. Lottery odds allocated based on 2-year records. Lottery extended to include all play-in teams, flatten odds for all lottery teams. What's your thoughts, Carter?
What's a catch? What's not a catch? Like, that's so complicated.
All right.
I don't know what the solution is, because if I did, then, I'd be smart. Like, I don't know, man. It just seems so confusing.
All right.
It's like, I like what Snoop
It
was
does
saying.
seem confusing. I was literally thinking that while he was reading that, and it just seems like it would be easier if they just eliminated the draft.
So our guest that we're going to show the recording, Doug Franz, great man here in Arizona sports, legend here. He's like, have every team make the playoffs. What's one of the greatest days of the year is the Thursday and Friday of the first round of the NCAA March Madness tournament. Just do it like that. Have everybody play. And he explains it. It was kind of a good idea, but something needs to be done. Something, man. This is getting ridiculous over and over, and it hurts the product. If the NBA got their, excuse my language, their shit together, they could have way better ratings. Me and Snoop talked about All-Star Saturday night and the All-Star game. When we were kids, that meant something. It doesn't now. It doesn't. Yeah. And this part of the season going forward does not attract new viewers. Like, it just doesn't. What we see on the court is not what the product should be. They need to get their shit together.
For me, it all comes down to money, right? And assets, right? Again, being a business guy, right? I'm dealing with an investor right now in one of the companies that I work with, right? And they need to show a loss. They just sold a company. They got to show it, they have too much tax liability. They need to offset their tax liability. And unfortunately, this company is kind of caught in the middle that I'm working with in terms of like how that affects them, right? And it affects them in kind of a negative way. So behind the scenes, all that is happening. And it happens in franchises too. especially if sports groups or, private equity or whatever is now getting involved. And private equity is coming into, and I'm not sophisticated enough to talk about this, but there are plenty of people that know that private equity is fucking up sports, right? Especially from that level. So we have no idea what the goal of a franchise is. The goal of a franchise is not to please the fans and make the playoffs. Like we think, it's naive for us to think that. That's why you do have legacy franchises like, the Celtics, the Lakers, the Bulls, teams that you really feel are like, that's their goal because they've had 50, 60, 80 years worth of history that they have to service, right? But even the new ownership group from Boston, they're cost cutting left and right. And they're like, driving up prices. And they're doing a lot of things that locals in Boston are going to basically going, whoa, 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 this is Boston, bro. We're not like, this ain't San Antonio or this ain't Miami. We're not going to gouge everybody and just play to make the playoffs, So I guess my answer to you is we don't know what people's goal in anything is. We don't know what a politician's goal is, a sports owner's goal is, a coach's goal. We don't know. So it's so hard to now institute rules to put guardrails on things when we don't really know where the roads are going. Does that make sense?
Right. It does. It does.
Yeah, it's a conundrum. I like what Snoop was saying. No draft.
I like that.
Seems to solve a problem,
Pay the guys what you want. You got to work within your salary cap. Your salary cap number and your salary cap architect becomes one of the most important figures on your company. And they're the ones making the $3-4 million a year to make sure that you're at the cap threshold to maximize talent underneath the cap number, right? And we know who those guys are. There's guys that you can fit in, and that's what I like about the NFL. The pieces that you can put in that are cheaper pieces that actually, above replacement number is 10 times better than the guys you'd pay 10 times the amount to put in that role,
It can turn into a bidding war. These guys can make more money than they probably would just getting drafted.
Good point, Snoop. Good Snoop. So Cade's up to 42. Our boy Asir is still at 8, but he's still in the game.
He's still in the game. They're gonna, obviously.
Is there a cash out option? Ooh,
so
boy.
Brunson just scored, so they're gonna come down. There's a trip down right now. And then it's going to go to timeout, and the scrubs are going to come in. So we're at 133. Hopefully he gets fed right here, and he can score. I'm not watching live. I'm just watching of course. Cunningham just turned it over.
Okay.
Towns missed. Shocker.
All right, no timeout. Come on, get us. We just need a bucket by him. We just need a bucket.
Cunningham missed again.
Come on. Thompson, offensive rebound.
Harris missed. Cunningham.
Man.
Pass to Thompson.
Oh.
Dude, this would be so clutch if he actually comes through right here. Oh, Patrick Reed.
Damn, Reed scored. He's got 16.
But this is what we mean about the real app. Like this is genius stuff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
47 seconds. Towns just missed. Oh.
Towns scored again. There we go.
Man. Can we get a Thompson bucket? Come on. Thompson bucket. No timeout.
No timeout. Play through.
So I want to show the folks at home. Carter, I know you're not here for clicks. You're here to help me because you love me, and I love you for that. Go follow my boy at Odds Are Podcasts. Go drop him a follow, folks. This guy knows his stuff. He gives out important tools, and sometimes he puts out bets so you can ride. So go give him a follow. I love this picture, by the way. Great Scott. Love that. Lego.
I'll tell you a quick story super quick. The family got me the time machine for Christmas. So we're building it as a Lego set. It's one of these like 3-month projects, and those are the figures from it. So
I love it.
Yeah. It's kind of cool stuff. Awesome drop, by the way. That was crude. Well, I appreciate you guys. Yeah, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, and I'm on TikTok. My following's a little bigger over there, not much. My child runs my socials over there, so it's a little more engaged than I am over here on Boomer Twitter, as it's called, right?
Oh man, that's offensive.
Oh, he scored, dude! He scored.
Yeah!
It's 32 seconds left.
All right, Snoop. Let's pull up FanDuel. Share this. All right, go up. Let's put this on the screen, Snoop.
Dude.
All right.
So all we're doing is sweating Harper right now. Harper for 2 points.
So I can't see the screen. Are we good, Snoop? Can I talk about it?
no. Did you
Okay.
see the score in the game?
So Reed got us, Thompson got us, Williams got us, just Harper on that bet. All we need is Harper, folks, and we got money. 25 turns into 139. Let's go. And then how we doing on the other one here? Everybody so far has gotten us. Jalen Green is the only person that has not got us, Carter. He only needs 2 more buckets, and that could be, look at, yeah, let's go.
Let's go. So
Let's
the
freaking go.
bad news is you're fighting Phoenix Suns are not fighting tonight, unfortunately.
Yeah, they're down by, holy crap, they got 9 points in the third period.
So here's and again, I know you got to get to probably a video, but this is what I mean by understanding rotations. Harper's going to stay in. He's going to get minutes here because he's the young gun, he's the young buck. Like they want to give him floor time. They're going to take out the old dogs or some of the guys that are more seasoned. Like, Fox is probably going to come out. Johnson's probably going to come out. Castle's already out. Barnes is going to come out. So
our boys,
hopefully
both of them are
Harper
staying
stays in and gets a couple shots here and can.
Harper's not checking out. He's staying in, and so is Green. All right. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, I know nobody tailed us, but you know what? We tailed each other, and that's
yeah. Well, I put
I'm looking in the chat. I'm like, is anybody in the chat that said so? Blue Montauk and Ted Logan, so they didn't tail us, unfortunately.
It's all right. It's our first time slot here, and we knew it's going to be, not as many people because it's not our normal time. But I think the show is going very well, and I put links for the bets underneath in the comments. So if people want to tail, that's on them. So I've absolutely loved having you here, Carter. I know you're not feeling well. Thank you for being here, man.
You guys are awesome. Snoop, man, you're good at what you do, and I appreciate you guys having me.
Thanks so much, man. It's good talking to you again.
Of course, brother.
And we'll talk again soon, I hope.
Yeah.
Oh, Green just scored, by the way.
Yeah?
He's at 19.
We're going to make some money on the pick is in right here.
Harper just scored. We cashed.
Woo!
302 doll hairs. Let's go.
There you go.
No way.
Yes, dude. Yes.
Dude, the collaboration of us?
Come on. Live bet.
Dude, the pick is in.
Somebody.
Let's see
Live here. We just cashed plus 430, bro.
Let's see here.
$302.24. Let's
see what happens when you come on the pick is in. So $139 on mine. And
I don't know if you can see it. It's probably going to be blurry, but there it is.
Let's go. Whoa. Let's get an applause, Snoop. Let's go.
So we built that
Thank you. Dude, that was awesome. Our first time ever collaborating on a podcast.
It's great. I'm proud of us.
Good job, brother. See,
I'm glad I could contribute to that.
You made all the wheels turn.
You did. So, so appreciate you, Carter. Next Thursday, you down?
Yeah, man. Hopefully, I feel better, and unless I'm in the mountains snowboarding, other than that, I will be here.
All right. So follow Carter from Odds On Podcast. Everybody, check him out. He's awesome, as you can tell.
Let's go.
Right.
Thank you.
That's right. The pick is in. We're cashing. Love you, Carter. Have a great night, and I'll text you in a little bit.
Okay. Thanks, gentlemen.
All right.
Good night, Carter.
Boy, Snoop, that was freaking badass. That was cool. So, sorry, it's extended version. We're already at like 2 hours and 13 minutes. So, we got to play our Doug Franz interview. I got one more thing to share, and it's just for Doug. So, let's go ahead and put that on the screen. So, all you people at home watching, go. If you like Arizona sports and want to know anything that's going on, go check out Doug Franz Unplugged in all your platforms. Give him a listen. Go ahead and download his podcast. It's my favorite podcast I listen to. No BS. Nobody's more informative. I listen to it daily. And all you need is the first 4 minutes. You do not need to listen to the whole podcast whatsoever. Just listen to the first 4 minutes, and you're going to get all your information, everything that happened in sports and Arizona sports in those 4 minutes. So go follow Doug Franz as far as his podcast. And then we got a great interview with him. We're about to put up for you guys. We're not going to come back to us here afterwards. It's going to be the end of the show. Snoop, any final thoughts for the people?
You know what? I just want to remind people to go to the phoneboothpodcast.substack.com. You can check out 9, maybe 10 different podcasts. Check them all out. We got the Phone Booth podcast. We got the Philosopher King podcast, the Dualistic podcast, Here's the Thing podcast starring myself, the Pick Is In podcast, the Mind of Madness with Templar. Templar is an amazing individual. You know, he does deep dives into so much different stuff. You're going to love that one. Fasting Fake podcast, Detoxing the Matrix with Allie. She's amazing. Check that shit out. And then we got the Translucid with Laz, which I was fortunate enough to be a guest on recently. And what a fun interview it was with that guy. So go to Phone Booth Podcast.substack, check it all out. And, it's free. You can subscribe for free. My favorite 4-letter F word is free. Okay. And if you feel like it, you could spend $5 a month and you'll get tons of bonus content. So much content out there. It's amazing.
Awesome. Go give us some love there. And then if you want to put the banner up for us for YouTube, how about that? Go drop a like and subscribe on our YouTube page at the Pick Is In Podcast on YouTube. Go subscribe, folks. Show us some love. Show us some love. That would mean the world. So Doug Franz interview. It's about 35 minutes. Guys, enjoy it. He's a local sports media legend here in the Valley. He was on Doug and Wolf. A great show for like 15 years. He has his own podcast, and it's the first U.S. sports podcast, or it's the biggest U.S. sports podcast. It's the first one. So his podcast is pretty darn good. Get your popcorn, crack one open. Cheers to everybody at home. Cheers to you, Snoop.
Cheers.
Love you guys. Next Thursday, same time, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. Love you, Snoop. Thank you very much.
All right, everybody.
Guys,
Enjoy the interview with Doug Franz. Good night.
Hey, welcome everybody to the Pick Is In Podcast. It is absolutely my pleasure to have this Arizona sports legend on my show. I am so proud and grateful of him. He, man, if you know anything about Arizona sports, you know who this guy is. One of the best radio and play-by-play voices in the industry. He is, hands down, one of the best podcasts I listen to daily. Basically been doing it for a while. Call him a friend, a man of God. I can call him a fantasy football league champion as well. The legend, the icon, Doug Franz.
What's up? What's up? Oh, wow. I'm a little, I don't know. I've never had applause before. I think since I was a senior in high school when I played the part of Phil Lombard in 10 Little Indians, which I don't know if that's politically correct anymore. That's the last time anybody clapped for me, I think.
Well, welcome to the pod, Doug. How are you today, brother?
I get paid to sit on my butt. I have a wife that is wonderful and 2 healthy children. There's nothing to complain about.
Well, family's a big, important thing. How's Dad, by the way?
Oh, my dad's doing my dad's doing great. He's 21 years older than me, very active, very cold, and Mom is doing great. They're both living the life in Ohio, and we see them every Christmas, and then usually maybe 2 other times a year.
Awesome. There's nobody better, in my opinion, that covers Arizona sports than you. I mean that. And I'm a supporter of you. I'll always push you. I look up to you. You inspired me. I'm so glad that we connected at Cardinals training camp. It means the world to me. Just the vision that you gave me right away. I'm sure you remember you were yelling at Cameron Cox, something about check your emails or something, or your phone. And I said something to you, and we started chatting for 20, 30 minutes, walked out of the venue, had great talks. And you basically told me, dude, you need to start something. If you're serious about it, you need to start something. Just drop the risk, go for it, try it. Dive in, because you learn as you go, and I have full on. So appreciate you being here.
Well, I got to tell you, I would give that same advice to anybody. Of the hardest step is step 1, and for some reason, human beings are very good at psyching themselves out and assuming failure is death, and failure is a prerequisite to success. So therefore, go fail. I mean, nobody ever says that with enthusiasm, but that's the way it is. Go fail. And once you fail, now you've opened up the window to success, and who knows what's behind, what's through that window.
Awesome. So tell the folks at home where they can find you. Doug Franz Unplugged. Go follow the show, especially you people here in Arizona, even nationally. He does some coverage as well. Where can the folks find you?
I'm on Apple and Spotify and then like 9 other things, but I don't know any of the other things. Actually, I know that I'm on Amazon. My wife listens on Amazon. So those are the big 3, but I'm in a lot of different places from the podcast standpoint. I am a part-timer on 12 News, so you can see me on there occasionally, especially 12 Plus. And then on Twitter, I'm at Unplugged Doug, and on Instagram, I'm at Doug Franz Unplugged.
Awesome. That's awesome. You joined the game over at Channel 12. You kill it. And you weren't you on Channel 5 as well this weekend with Mark?
I don't think so, but I'm always on with Mark on Channel 5 during the NCAA tournament.
Oh, okay.
And but this year they're doing something. There's a lot of conflicts with CBS 5. So right now I think I'm only on twice. There have been years where I've been on 4 times a week for 3 weeks, but this year right now I'm scheduled for twice. But if something changes, they're nice enough to call me back.
So how'd you get involved with starting your own podcast? How long you been doing it? I know you were in radio for a long time. I would like to pick your head about that for a minute.
I got into radio because I couldn't hit a curveball. So I did my first talk show in 1991 while I was in college, and then got hired in Athens, Ohio, which is the same town where my college was. And I worked there for a few years, then moved to Huntsville, Alabama, then moved to Kansas City, and then moved to Phoenix, all as a talk show host. And then was the co-host of Doug and Wolf from 2007 until the end of 2021. And then in 2021, they told me to go away. Nothing like 3 people in the room that have all sworn that they're your best friends and very close to you and will always support you. And then in a whim, they say, go away. So that was a little weird. I just kept my mouth shut the whole time while being let go because I knew anything I said would be held against me in a court of law. So therefore, I just sat there and said nothing and walked out and went and played golf with my daughter. And then I had a few months where all I did was drink beer and play golf and feel sorry for myself. And I had a couple stations. I had a lot of small stations around the country flirting with me, but only one station from a big city flirting with me. And I was a little disappointed in that. I thought a lot of people would come after me, and that was a good ego check that I needed. And then my wife said, hey, I don't know why you're looking at these other cities because we're not moving. And I had dragged the poor woman all over the earth. But at that moment in life, we had a senior in high school who had already been accepted into the Barrett Honors College at ASU. So she was set. I mean, she was going there no matter where I lived. And Jennifer was not one to go to the cold anymore. So I was kind of on my own. If I would have moved, it wasn't like we would have gotten a divorce, but it would have been a little weird. And I said, okay, I'll start a podcast. And I didn't have any idea what I was doing. And if you go back, anybody that wants to kind of make fun of me, it is funny. You can email me, Doug at DougFranzUnplugged.com, and I will give you the links to go back and listen to the early podcasts. And in December of 2021, I did a lot of podcasts where I just flirted around with it, tried to figure out what I was doing, and would say some of the most raw, depressing things. I was building myself out of my own hole, and it took me a while to get out of the hole. And then once I did, the show just changed and morphed over time. If you go back and listen, it's kind of funny. Some of the things that I did then that I thought were entertaining that weren't, and kind of figured it out on how to get to the point where the show now it moves pretty good, but I'm always learning, always trying to figure out how to edit faster, how to sell faster, how to produce faster, but when you're a one-man band, you have to have that balance of, I have an incredible drive to be as great as I can, but I got to wake up to the fact that, husband and dad are much more, and Jesus are much more important. So make sure that I, calm down and don't seek perfection every day, which is really hard for me.
All right. And I got to say, I've listened to some older episodes. the way you have developed over your time and get your craft down. I love how you do your show. It rolls really well with all
good,
your
thanks.
music, sound bites, audio, how you give credit to people. You're very respectful. I just love it. And I first thing I do every morning when I wake up, besides get my cup of coffee, I turn you on. I turn you on and I listen to you. So,
Oh, well, thanks. I hope people have. It's designed. This is going to sound funny. It's designed that even if you don't like me, it's informative.
Yes.
So the first 4 minutes is boom, everything that happened in sports last night. So even if you don't want long form talk, don't worry that it says 45 minutes long, 2 hours long, 3 hours long. One day I had a 4.5 hour show because there were literally 5 different enormous things that all happened on the same day. But that's just, I want to give everybody what they want and kind of do a smorgasbord. Let them find what they want. But the first 4 minutes is always everything from last night. So even if you don't want to keep listening or you don't really like long form talk radio, if you just listen to the first 4 minutes, you'll know what everybody else is talking about when you get to work.
I love your first 4 minute. The 4 minute office is awesome. It definitely is packed. And the first few times when I connected back to you, with you, I started listening to 4 minute off. And so, but that got me glued into your whole pod.
Well,
You know,
thanks.
you're very informative and very, very knowledgeable and very honest. And your takes are good, very good about where they should be and where they stand. You're honest. You when you need to talk about the rough stuff that's going on with a local organization, you feel free to say it because that's part of your job and that's, what we got to cover. So I know you put a lot of hours into your pod. Are you still only sleeping a couple hours a night still?
It all depends. Today was crazy. I got 7 hours of sleep, so I'm like unbelievably wired. That never happens. But I figured that the people that, granted, if you're listening to your podcast and you've only lived in town in Phoenix for a couple years, or if you're an out-of-state listener, you just have no idea what I used to do. But I was the morning guy for 15 years. So people that enjoyed listening to me were used to hearing me at 6 a.m. So I didn't want that to change. And the old show, Doug and Wolf, originally started from 5 to 9. We were eventually moved to 6 to 10, but we had incredible ratings at 5 o'clock in the morning because nobody else was on. So that's always my goal, is to get the podcast up by 5 o'clock in the morning to hit that old school target of what Paul Calvisi used to call the 5 o'clock club members. Yep. And so since I stay up all night, it's a little weird. Like right now, we're recording on a Tuesday night. For me, it's already Wednesday. I'm totally thinking about Wednesday, because that's the next show. And I'm watching right through the camera. I'm watching Purdue and Michigan. And then I'm going to go out and I'm going to finish watching a luge event that's on the DVR that I haven't finished. And then GCU is going to start at 7. I'll watch that off the DVR because I'll be a little late starting. And then ASU starts at 9, and I'll negotiate with my wife whether or not I'm going because I got plenty of time to get there. And then I'll probably be done talking to Bobby Hurley at around midnight. And then after that, like, we never get a beer after a 9 o'clock game. And then after midnight, I will come home and start the podcast. But that start is all research, writing stuff down, getting sound off of YouTube, maybe texting a coach or two. And then I start the 4 minute offense at about 2 a.m. and that takes about 45 minutes to put together. And then I start the actual talking on the podcast at around 3 o'clock, get that done around 5. And then I try to edit as fast as I can to get it up by 6.
That's awesome. You live a hard life, brother.
I helped pay my way through college working at a steel foundry. That's the hard life. That was such a wake-up call. And granted, I'm in my 50s now, so that was a long time ago. But going through that made me realize there's a lot of smart people in the world that made really stupid decisions at some point and got trapped in a life they don't want. Right. And I learned quickly I'm not going to remake some of those mistakes. So I just made sure the direction I was headed, and everything changed after working in the steel foundry. So yes, I guarantee you I work harder than any broadcaster you've ever met, and broadcasters really don't work that hard. So you got to balance it out. It's fun work. It's not hard work.
there's nothing wrong with hard work, especially if you're raised that way.
Yes.
Hard work with a passion that you have, it comes hand in hand. It makes a lot easier of a road for you. So before we go on to some sports-ish talks, I want to get to you about any plug that you want to give out for some of your sponsors.
Oh my gosh. Well, always, if you're watching the video right now, look behind me. Whirlwind Golf Club is a 36-hole course, Devil's Claw and Cattail, which is the home of the LPGA event in Phoenix. And they are the number one sponsor that I have. They're the presenting sponsor. And they have just been amazing. I mean, if you're ever thinking about where am I going to golf, please choose them first. And the reason why I say that is they're so good to me that they've even told me if I ever find a presenting sponsor, then sell that to them. And they would then just buy something else so I would be able to double dip. I mean, that's who they are. Like, they just want to help this show because I guess how raw I was and that I'm an actual honest golfer. So when I went out and played golf with Sweet Lou the first time, and once he saw I was actually honest, because you can tell when somebody's honest and not honest in the game of golf. And once he saw that, he said, "Hey, I want a sponsor." So they're number one. Santan Ford is amazing. I'm not a car guy, and I understand, Michael, how people feel about car dealerships and you get the creeps on it. But I saw Tim Hovick at a bar, and I've known him for years and years and years, and he just simply asked what I was doing. Had no idea. He knew Doug and Wolf was over because he was a listener. And when I told him, he said, "Well, come to my office tomorrow." And I went into his office, and then he told me that he wants to start advertising on the podcast, and I didn't even ask. I mean, that's the guy. That's the guy that he is. And now he gave me a friends and family rate. So anybody that listens to my podcast, as long as they prove they listen to the podcast, they save money when they buy from Santan Ford. And then even funnier, they have a mobile unit that changes your oil as long as you're close to their facility.
How good is that?
I've got 2 sports bars, Trophy and 100 Mile Brewing Company, that are within 25 miles of their dealership. So I go to lunch, have a couple beers, meet a friend, and I'm telling my wife, "Well, I got my oil changed today." "Oh, that would have to be time consuming." I said, yeah. And I was just sitting at the bar the whole time. So it's fantastic.
Thank you for the hat, by the way.
Oh, you're welcome. That's awesome.
Yeah. I want to dive into the NBA. Since the show's transitioning to NBA, we used to be on Saturday nights for football. The show is about, we do bets, but there's great takes in sports topics. And I love sports. I've been in love with it since I was a kid. So NBA is dropping Thursday for the show. NBA's got a problem right now with some tanking, not playing as players, so on and so forth. Listening to your show, 2 days ago, you had a great take. I loved it, on your thoughts on what the NBA should do. What's your thoughts on that?
I have an outlandish idea. Some people don't like it because they think it's too inclusive. And I say it takes people down who like to tank. To me, the greatest sporting event in the world is the Thursday and Friday of the NCAA tournament. 16 games a day, single elimination, the heartache, the thrill, everything to do with that, I think is amazing. I would bring that to the NBA. So here's the thing you have to get over that a lot of people don't like about the idea. Everybody would make the playoffs. Everybody is in. And at first people go, "Oh, you've just made the regular season terrible." The reason why I say no, you haven't, is because your seeding becomes dramatically important, and it's all going to be seeded 1 through 15 in each conference. But if you're the 1 seed, since in college basketball, the 1 seed plays the 16, there is no 16 seed. So therefore, the 1 seed gets a bye. So that makes the 1 seed that important. And then I actually like the play-in tournaments format. The good team only has to win 1 game, and the weaker team has to win 2. I would do that for the 2-15 game. So the 15 seed has to beat the 2 seed twice at the 2 seed's home in order to advance. And then after that, it's single elimination. 3 plays 14, 4 plays 13, 5 plays 12, blah, 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 blah. And I think the drama of single elimination in the NBA would be fantastic. And it really doesn't change the playoffs because once you have that first round, we would then immediately go to a best of 7, just like it is now. And it would be the same number of rounds after that opening weekend of the single elimination. And then what I would do is every team that lost in single elimination, even if the 2 seed got upset, all of them are in the draft lottery. And therefore, when you put everybody in the draft lottery, tanking doesn't do you any good because it's going to be completely random for all the teams that lost in the first round. And I think the people that can't get over the everybody makes it, they're not thinking about how incredibly exciting a single elimination tournament would be to get into the playoffs for the NBA. And I think that would fix every aspect of tanking. It would dramatically increase the excitement of the playoffs. And everybody that says you've made the regular season irrelevant, here's my argument. Do you really watch a regular season game and you're constantly thinking, oh no, we moved to the 7 line. You already don't care when you watch the regular season. So people that love basketball watch the regular season. People that kind of like it, they wait until the postseason anyway. I don't think it's going to change anybody's viewing habits.
Yeah, love that. That would make it so exciting. It would be must-watch basketball. They'll get more viewership, more money. I totally love that idea.
That's another round of playoffs to sell if you do it.
Yeah, 100%. Would you change where the early season Emirates Cup tournament is? Would you put it later in the season?
No. Admittedly, I don't really care about that. The one thing I do like about it is because since point differential matters, it's kind of funny watching guys shoot threes with 30 seconds left up by 20 and they're out there jacking threes and stuff like that. I do like that, the rub it in aspect, which is not normal to basketball, but it's kind of like if you're going to have it, then you've got to have it early. So it doesn't mess with any other part of the season. The one thing it does do though, Michael, and this is an argument to possibly move it, is it really stretches you out travel-wise in the middle part of your schedule and the end of your schedule, because since you have already 4 games against the teams in your division, and now you have 4 games against the teams in your group, that means you've got a lot of games on one side of the country. If you're an Eastern Conference team, East games, and Western Conference, Western games. So because of that, every team plays each team in the other conference twice. So it almost guarantees all of your games against the opposing conference are crammed into December, January, and February. And that can really create a lot of travel problems where you're getting some kind of crappy games later in the year when guys are just exhausted.
Right. Travel would be kind of a nightmare there, but yes, totally. Do you think the season should be shortened? Do you keep it at 82 games?
Yeah, I'm a history guy.
Me too, 100%. I am too.
No, yeah, I want it to be. I want to be able to compare what you did versus Abdul-Jabbar versus Dr. J versus Michael. Admittedly, it is 2 totally different games. I mean, the game that's being played now, I just kind of laugh at the idea of Rick Mahorn and Bill Laimbeer would be fouled out in the first 4 minutes of a game now. Now, they would change, of course, they would adjust, but it's just such a different game. Like Steph Curry is the greatest shooter of all time, but if you put him into 80s rules, he probably doesn't make it out. He probably doesn't get out. I mean, he dies. I mean, he would get absolutely run over in the old days. So how do you do it? Now, granted, he would just stand out there and shoot even further out. Curry's great. He would figure it out, but the game is so different. It's unlike anything we've ever seen.
All right. So I want to move into our Phoenix Suns. Okay. We love them, especially this year. I was on board just like you before the preseason started about the win total, how there's no respect. They're going to hit over it. I was just like you, same exact thing. I thought they're going to do a lot better than what nationally expected them to do. Their win total was set at 30.5. Some books was 31. They passed that. The Suns are playing great. They're different. They're a team. They're longer. They play together. They're fun to watch. They're sitting at 32-23 in the 7th seed right now. Just 2 games from the 4th seed. What's your takes on the season? How it's gone? Besides that, you're already a little bit higher on him than most people. And what do you think about Dylan Brooks, the Green injury, and where this team is going?
Number one, I cannot get over, and all credit to Matt Ishbia, the hiring of Brian Gregory and Jordan Ott. You've got to start at the top and give it credit when it works the way it has. I've never met someone like Jordan Ott. He is the most intense dude I've ever met that also is realistic. I mean, most intense people kind of want to rip your throat out and don't understand why they're not allowed to. And then there's this other group of people that almost play life scared. And with Jordan Ott, it's all about the intensity of winning, but the total understanding of when things don't go their way. Okay, we're just going to deal with that now. And his attitude is perfect, and it's just so rare in a young coach. I mean, normally you've got to go through the wars to really have a thick skin to the ups and downs of a season. And he's perfect for this team. And then the next person I would credit is Devin Booker, because Booker has been fantastic in the way he runs this team. And by him always making the right play, other guys make the right play quite a bit. So this is going to keep going. They're going to keep doing well. I don't think they'll do that well in the postseason, because then the postseason is not a try-hard season. You can out-try people in the regular season and you'll win games because they're not trying as hard as you. In the postseason, everyone is trying as hard as they can, and that's when some of the talent deficiencies might become glaring. As far as Dylan Brooks goes, I'm glad he's a son, but I'm not a fan. I will never be a fan. I love the intensity. Yes. I was a 6'1" power forward in high school, and I went in and fouled 3 people and went back and got 2 rebounds, took a charge, dove out of bounds, and went back and sat down. Like, I had a role similar to Dylan Brooks without the scoring that Brooks is doing. So I love that role, but I don't understand why the technicals, why it has to keep going. That's a lack of control. You can't say, well, we need his intensity and we have to take what he brings, that you don't want. No, you don't. Anybody can control it if they choose to, and they're held accountable. And for some reason, Dylan Brooks gets away with it, and I will never like it, but I'm glad he's a son, and I know the Suns are not above 30 wins right now without his intensity.
Right. Thoughts on Jalen Green?
It's just weird. I don't understand how a hamstring keeps you out that long at all.
Was it misreported? Was it a tear?
It could have been, or it could be there's a difference in a misreport, because here's what a team will do. A team won't tell you. They'll just say he has a hamstring injury, and then if the team isn't going to slip it to a certain member of the media, there's a weird battle that goes on now between national and local media. And if teams slip things to the Adam Schefters of the world or the Shams Sharana, then what you end up getting is the local media is all bent out of shape. But if you leak stuff to the local media, then the ESPNs and the Fox Sportses are all bent out of shape, and they don't cover you as much. So you need the national exposure too for your advertisers and your apparel sales. So therefore, some teams just say, hey, we're going to kind of keep things close to the vest, especially when it comes to player health. So I don't know how the hamstring is, and I also know that they haven't told anybody. So I totally believe it was not a partial tear. This is not reporting, this is speculation, until he came back and then went back on the shelf again. And then I think that's when either it was a tear or it got close to that. But this has taken so long that it's very, very confusing why a hamstring takes this long if it's not a tear.
It is. Even going back to his days, before the NBA, he hasn't been injured like this. So it is odd. I definitely see that. Has this team even played healthy one game this year?
No. Well, they did once, and then it was when Jalen Green got hurt, and then Book stepped on the ankle at the end of the third quarter. I think of the Rockets game. I think it was Şengün, if I'm not mistaken. And once he stepped on the ankle, then he was out for a week. So they have not played a 48-minute game with all parties that left for China healthy.
On a positive note, that's kind of something to look forward to if we can get to that point. I might be a little bit higher on their postseason than most people because I think I see your aspect, the talent. That's what it's come down to. I think we can give teams fits. I think in a 6 or 7 game series, healthy, I think we could play with anybody, Doug.
I'm a fan. I hope I'm wrong. I always separate the fan in me from the talk show host in me to make sure that I'm giving the facts as I see it whenever I'm talking, in more of a public format. If you and I are at a bar having a beer watching the Suns, you would be laughing how much yelling I would be doing and how much into the games I am because I am a Suns fan. But history is kind of what I rely on. And I've seen this so many times in the NBA where you have the perfect chemistry of coach, team, and player to player, and they just out hustle other teams. And that goes all season long. And you can imagine somebody comes into Phoenix, they're on a 5-game road trip, they're exhausted, or somebody else is here at the beginning of a 5-game road trip. Now they got full of energy, and what do they do with their energy? Almost every player either goes golfing or they go out the night before in Old Town. And therefore the Suns have another advantage. So those are regular season advantages that they will not have in the postseason. And now when you get into the matchups, you think of a first-round series against Jokic more than likely, or probably not OKC, but probably a Denver, something like that. It's just such a tough matchup for the team as it's presently constructed.
And that team has not been healthy. That team scares me on paper. That was my prediction for an NBA champion coming into the season, was the Denver Nuggets. I
would never go against OKC barring injury.
Right. It's the hardest thing to do is to repeat in sports. One of the hardest things. So it's going to be interesting. With our team not being healthy, I hope we get healthy. They're fun to watch as a fan. It's exciting to put them on TV. Unlike the last year or two, they were hard to watch because of the effort. They'd go get down by 15, they would check out. This team has a lot of fight. What's your thoughts on not what they did at the trading deadline? Do you think it was a good thing not adding anything important? Did they need to? Is it more of a long term? What's your thoughts on the NBA trade deadline?
They needed to, and they can't. So therefore, I don't have an opinion. I mean, James Jones and Matt Ishbia approved everything. James Jones wrecked this thing. Now, give him credit. He built it to a finals team and got them within 2 wins of winning their first championship. So he gets credit for that. But he would make the jokes all the time. I'm not going to hold on to a draft pick and start scouting 7th grade players. Meaning that's who I'm drafting. I'm drafting a guy with my 2029 pick who's in the 7th grade right now. And that was such a short-sighted, and I'm sorry, James, idiotic opinion, because the draft has something that nobody else has, and it's cheap labor. And look where you got Devin Booker from, was the NBA draft. So now you're in a situation where who are you going to trade? You don't have any draft picks to really trade, and you don't have any players that either anybody wants or that you're willing to give up. And therefore, it just doesn't make sense to make a move because of the pain James Jones has inflicted on our future.
Do you see our rookies get more minutes in this latter part of this end of the season?
No. And I do think it's important, but we're not in a position to develop. Now, I say that because I think this is a playoff team. if I thought they were going to fall on their face and not be a playoff team, then my answer would have been yes, because eventually they'll get eliminated, and that's when you'll see all the rookies play a ton. But right now, there's no reason to. And one of the other credits that you've got to give Matt Ishbia, Robert Sarver was such a bad owner, he didn't want to pay for a G League team, and he sold it. And for 2 years, the Suns were the only team in the NBA without a G League team. And as soon as Matt Ishbia bought the team, he reinstalled the G League team. Then they moved it to Tempe. So now you get these cool stories of Malawach and Rasheer Fleming playing in Tempe and then just driving over to the arena and playing for the Suns. And that's huge because they get the playing time, but they still get the lessons of being on the bench with the Suns. So I know that they're doing well. Every time I see Malawach in garbage time, I think he's doing better. I'm a little disappointed in the way he moves. I'm hoping he's just confused a little bit at the pro game because he moved better at Duke.
Yes.
And he might be thinking too much now.
Yeah. Yes.
And I'm hoping that's the case because he's just a little stiff with his ankles. He doesn't slide fast enough, in my opinion. But I'm thrilled with Rasheer Fleming. I just think they absolutely crushed that pick.
I agree. I thought they did great at the draft, personally.
Mm-hmm.
I know your time's limited. I'm being respectful. I know you're busy, got a lot of things going on. On a personal note, when I was back in the day listening to you on Doug and Wolf, I used to listen to you with my dad. And my dad reminds me a lot about you, man, to be honest with you. How you guys think, talk, even looks a little bit. But
well, tell your dad I'm sorry about the last thing.
Well, he's in heaven. We'll see him one day. But I just want to thank you for your connection. Appreciate you coming on. I'm trying to be very respectful of your time. I could talk to you forever. We're definitely going to get a beer sometime. We have before. I would love to get a game with you. But D-backs got our season starting. That's coming up. I know we got the event for the Unplug Army. We got other things that's coming on. So, folks, if you're watching at home in Arizona and you want to be informed on good sports takes and just a good group of people that love, it's the Unplugged Army and give them back. So go give Doug a follow. Thank you, Doug. Let's catch a baseball game. You've seen my seats a little bit when I get seats. I would love to just pick your head on a separate Unplugged Army event, but I can't have you all to myself. But I want to thank you for being here. It means a lot, and I hope you enjoyed, or maybe I can have you on another time.
Absolutely, no problem.
Okay. So thank you, Doug. I know you got to run, right? But go check it out. Doug Franz Unplugged. You catch him on all your platforms, even nationally. Give him a listen. He drops you nuggets on news that's local and sports here that other places don't cover, and it's a true take. He's a man of God as well, a family man, just a good man, as you could tell. So thank you, Doug. Much love. Don't go anywhere. I would love to chat just 1 minute after we record. You have any final thoughts for the people at home?
Just do it. I sorry to sound like Nike, but just whatever it is, just do it and learn from it.
That's what I did. I dove in, just like you said, whatever it takes. There's going to be a lot of bumps in the road with doing podcasts and getting into this. Just do it and you'll figure it out. If you have the work ethic and the passion, and I do, and the sports knowledge, Arizona sports since I was a kid. That's all my number one passion outside of God. So God bless you, brother. Thank you so much.
No problem.
All right. Doug Franz Unplugged. Appreciate you. Go check him out, everybody. Going back to the show.